And welcome back, folks, to Palm Springs Stadium for tonight's matchup between the visiting Utah Yaks and your hometown Palm Springs Power. I'm Ethan Olivares, joined by Sam Egan. And Sam, this is game 2 of the season. We saw game 1 yesterday. It was opening night here at a packed house, great environment, crowd. Hoping for the same thing here today, Sam. And what did you like, or to inform the people know what happened in last night's game?
Yeah, same foe here tonight, and, we'll expect a lot of the same here tonight, and let's catch you up on what happened last night. It was a little bit of sloppy baseball. You'll expect that on opening day. 3 errors for the Yaks, 2 for the Power, and the 3 errors for the Yaks were the costly ones. There was a 4-run inning. All those runs were unearned, so the Power had a nice lead established, and then really which is a rare sight for this Power team in Casey Dill, they faced some adversity. They had a nice, comfortable lead, and it was squandered almost instantly with a 3-run inning in response by the Yaks. All of a sudden, the game was tied in 2 innings, and up stepped to the plate Noah Arola. They had 2 on with nobody out in the 9th. Just wanted to get a hit to get the job done, and he got more than
Yeah, he definitely got that, Sam.
One of the hardest hits of his life. And after that, it was just trotting around the bases in a Power victory. So it was a fun game here, you mentioned last night on opening day, and they're looking for a little bit of the same here today against the same foe. What do you expect them to do tonight with that same foe?
Yeah, you're hoping here for Casey Dill and his team to clean up those mistakes. It was a little sloppy on the defensive end, but you've seen the things even when they didn't play their best defensively or times offensively with runners in scoring position, still finding a way to go in and get that win. And that's, as a manager early in the season, that's something beautiful to see from the start. But a big thing is going to be cleaning up those mistakes. And it's going to be a fun one here tonight. Like you mentioned, also here tonight on the field, it is Little League Night presented by Kia here in Palm Springs, and we're going to go in for a national anthem right now, so we'll be right back after this break.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any
It's a family setting, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family-oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection, and an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, coming in.
And welcome back here at Palm Springs Stadium as first pitch is coming up in just about a minute or so. We'll get going here at Palm Springs Stadium, and a little more filler for you on last night's game. The Yaks actually out-hit the Power 13-8, Sam.
Yeah, it was something that I thought was something very surprising, that, the Power came up on top of that game despite being out-hit nearly doubled. And it was something just, about those Power pitchers getting themselves into tough situations but bending and not breaking. And there's, who makes the less mistakes. And last night, it was the Power who did that, especially early on in the season. It's usually not who plays better. It's who, plays less poorly. And it was last night the Power overcoming those mistakes and despite being out-hit 13-8, coming out on top.
Yeah, and especially for the Yaks, too. If you're looking at it from the Yaks perspective, you had 13 hits in the game and only managed to bring across 5 runs. That's something here today that if they get into double-digit hits again, they're going to want to put up more than 5 runs.
Yeah, Power also taking advantage of their hits when they needed them. Couple home runs, timely hitting for them was the key. And like I said earlier, taking advantage of situations where they had guys in scoring position. Throwing it to tonight, though, obviously new field for the Power. They had a lefty for the majority of last night's ball game. Not the case here for the Power tonight with Cameron Witt on the mound. What do you got on Witt, Ethan?
Yeah, Cameron Witt. He is an upcoming junior here in his season. He goes to Wiscliffe University in his 25-26 season. He had 19 appearances, but just 12 games started, so he was more of a mixed pitcher at Wiscliffe. He also had 1 save on the season as well, but pitched 73 innings there and had an ERA just short of 5. So we're going to be looking for Witt here to attack the zone, especially early. And we kind of maybe think that Power this time, and they kind of set it up like that yesterday with Vasquez. They had 2 more pitch relievers behind him, so it might be the same here today for Witt, is him be a setup guy.
Yeah, and Witt's the type of guy who'll get you a strikeout in an inning, but majority, he is a big pitch-to-contact guy, and in a ballpark like this that has a lot of space, he has to hope he can keep the ball on the ground because the ball in the air could be trouble.
And there it is, that first pitch skied high in the infield. And it's going to be the first out of the inning. That's Acosta over there. Acosta did not play in yesterday's game, so this is his opening day today here at Palm Springs Stadium.
An efficient start for Witt here. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's what the Power need is a quick outing here and an efficient outing at that. So getting 1 pitch, 1 out is a great way to start your outing and put you on pace to have a long outing.
We'll now bring up to the plate the catcher, Emmett Desmond. And that was a good job there, like you mentioned, by Witt, to get that quick out, because that was Morrison who popped up on the infield fly. He was 4 for 5 yesterday, and he has some speed as well. He also stole a bag as well, so to keep him off the bases is crucial.
Yeah, and for this Power team, who now we get to meet a little bit of defensively, we saw Conley, Artis, and Rodriguez out in the outfield right there. We saw Acosta make the play right there, as that one is a grounder to Richard making the play right there, and it gets through him.
That was right through the glove there. And we saw on the infield as Deb is going to dig for 2, and he's going to be in there sliding safely. So that one, just an awkward, funky play there. That one got through the legs of Richards, and maybe the outfielders maybe thought he had the ball for a second. That came up really late. It's coming to get that ball, so which allowed Desmond to come up and get an extra base out of that error. And we mentioned trying to clean up on the defense end, but early here, there's another error charge towards that Power defense.
Yeah, already an error. Richards, who was really clean yesterday at second base. There's the left side of that infield having struggles defensively yesterday, and now it's the right side starting to have some issues for the Power, and hoping to abide by an earlier error is Witt, excuse me.
And there goes Goins. That's a deep drive out to center, but Artis gets underneath it. Desmond bluff tags here, so he'll stay at second. And we talked about this ballpark. Hitting the ball in the air, normally they don't go out, but even though we did see 2 home runs by the Power yesterday, normally this wind blowing in, so every time that ball is in the air, that ball is not going to carry. But we did see a carry from Richards from the Power towards that right field side. That ball went for a ride yesterday. That was one of the 2 home runs from the Power in yesterday's win.
Yeah, blowing from left to right and blowing in towards left, so it knocks those balls down in left field, so you really got to get a hold of it like Ariola did last night to really get one out of here. And if you don't get a good piece on it, it'll just be a can of corn and a fly ball out.
They'll now bring up the first baseman, number 34, Ruben Velasco, and he's also here at the stadium. He is the beer batter of the game, so anytime he strikes out, you get a discounted beer, so that's what you're hoping for here for fans in the stadium.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know, Ethan, right now if he strikes out. I'm going to take a little break, run down touch and sand, and we'll be back here for the bottom half.
An ice-cold beer never sounds too bad here.
Especially on a warm night like tonight, a little bit warmer than last night. It was a little chilly last night, especially for Palm Springs standards. Now, me being from Chicago, it was perfect last night for me, but a little bit crisp here today.
Here comes Witt with the 1-1. I want to just catch the inside corner there. Witt decided to change speeds with that curveball.
So meeting the rest of this power defense is Axel at third. Mentioned Acosta, who made that play on the fly ball at short. Richards at second. Ariola, the home run hero in last night's ball game, at first, and Ben Wade behind the dish catching as that ball gets past him.
Yeah, that one, Witt tried to double up on that curveball, and he just spiked that one about a couple feet in front of home plate. But that's a good job by Wade behind the dish to keep that one in front.
So now Desmond, after reaching on the error, gets the third on the pass ball. He's gotten some free bases so far for him, and the power looking to eliminate him standing 90 feet away.
And Witt just one pitch away. Deuce is wild here in the top half of the first. That one upstairs, count now full.
I like the idea of going high there, trying to get him to chase. Saw that last night with Velasco, striking out a couple of times, going after that high pitch, trying to go after it once more, just couldn't get him to chase.
Yeah, Velasco was 1 for 4 with a walk in yesterday's game. Here comes 3-2. Grounded off towards the left side. Took a funny hop. Able to stay with it. And Velasco will be out at first. So Witt strands a runner there at third and sending you to the bottom half of the first.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
And we're back here in the bottom half of the first inning. Score still 0-0 as the Yaks got a runner on due to an error. And on the mound today for the Yaks, it's going to be number 16, Bryce Basila. And yesterday, the Yaks put up a one spot in the first inning and held the Power to a 0, but then Power would then score their first run of the game in the second. So looking to keep it more cleaner early in the early half of this game.
Yeah, for the Power, they're looking to get their offense going early and often, I should say. And best way to start is after getting a 0, getting your pitcher some run support is having the top of your lineup get things going early. And with Basilia on the bump for the Yaks, looking to get to him early, maybe shake him up. It's a bullpen that didn't see too much action last night. It had 3 different arms go, so I'd like to dig into their staff a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, the Yaks yesterday, they let Gonzalez, their starting pitcher, ride for a little bit, even with that trouble, as he had that 4-run inning. They were unearned, though. But first pitch of the game up high for ball 1.
I was going to say, you can't blame him. Gonzalez pitched very well last night, and the only rough inning he had was an inning that wasn't his fault. And Basilia is looking to have a similar night here tonight as to him. with the exception of his defense playing a little better.
As that's Acosta, skies this one to Bachman in right field for out number 1. And we mentioned this is Acosta's first game of the season. Did not play in yesterday's opening day.
Yeah, and Acosta just has a lot of speed. 11 stolen bases, 38 RBIs, and 52 runs in his season this year at San Bernardino Valley College. Also hit .373 in that year, but now brings up Caden Richards, who had a homer yesterday, took it oppo, which is really tough for a righty to do here with that deep fence, maybe 380, 390 to that Caden sign. But the wind blowing left to right just pushed it over.
Yeah, and that was his only hit of the game, and it was massive. It was a 2 RBI home run there.
Richard.
Back to Acosta real quick. If you could get that type of guy, that type of speed with Acosta, and you could have a 2-hitter like Richards, and then they also have their power behind there in Junie Rodriguez and No Areola. You kind of see, the ways that power manager Casey Dill can really switch around this lineup. And on the bench today is the left fielder number 12, Matt McCauday, who also was in the leadoff spot yesterday. So, and he has speed as well. Switch hitter can do it all. So this lineup get going later in the season. They could be a tough team to get outs on.
And now brings up Caden Richards, who's ahead in the count 2-0, and this is where he really thrives ahead in counts. Takes another pitch on the inside, similar spot, called for a ball. Richards, a 5'11 junior who plays at UNLV, being in Nevada, a big Vegas Golden Knights fan, and now he's fired up about them being in the Stanley Cup final. Comes from an athletic family. His brothers Cameron and Carson played football and tennis at Northern Arizona.
So definitely some athletics there in that family. That 2-1 is skied in the air, but it's going to be fouled off towards the right side. Count now even at 2-2.
Tennis is tough.
Yeah.
People don't realize how tough tennis is. People don't think you're running that much, but it is grueling on the body.
And definitely now, too, tennis is almost getting the second, the little brother treatment now to pickleball. Pickleball picking up now. Pickleball going, coming a college sport as well. So pickleball really taking over tennis right now.
Yeah, especially here on the West Coast.
Here comes the 2-2 to Richards. That one way outside. Count now full 3-2.
So Richards working a really nice at-bat here and looking for him to just feed off yesterday's momentum, working in a long at-bat, which is what this power offense needs, is to work long at-bats. Now hoping to get a result out of it.
We'll see here if he can get a hit or draw a walk. 3-2. That one upstairs for ball 4, so that's going to be the Power's first runner of the game here in the bottom half of the first.
Takes a breaking ball right there. Looked like a slider. He tried to get on the inner upper corner, I should say, on Richards. Couldn't get him to chase and couldn't get the spot either, so Richards draws the walk, reaches a board right here with one away, and looking to get the offense going with Rodriguez stepping to the dish.
We'll now bring up number 23, Junie Rodriguez.
It's the Powers version of J-Rod. Looks to put a charge into this one as he takes the first pitch ball, 1-0.
Rodriguez yesterday, 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. He had that tough lefty-lefty matchup in the later half of the inning, and that's when he punched out, but we'll face a righty here. So if you go for analytics, you like this lefty-righty matchup here for Rodriguez.
Oh, you love this matchup here with your 3-hole hitter, and you also love that he has a good eye for the plate as well. Had a walk in yesterday's ballgame and already up in the count 2-0. So the last few power hitters have gotten ahead in counts, and that usually leads to some damage.
And Sam, you were asking to get to this Yaks bullpen, and so far right now with Basilia make it throw a lot of pitches and getting deep in accounts. That's certain one way to do it, even though Rodriguez just helped him out there with the ball in the dirt.
I was just going to say, he may have done him a favor right there, swinging that one way out of the zone. 2-0, you're thinking you're going to get your hitter's pitch right there, and fools him with an off-speed pitch in the dirt that just died out of the zone, and nice pitch from Basilia, but tough chase there from Rodriguez.
That one should have been ball 4 there, but now still Rodriguez in a hitter's friendly count here, 3-1 count, looking for his pitch right in his spot.
Continuing to attack down in the zone, knows Rodriguez loves that pitch up, especially that fastball up in the zone. Probably not going to get that here on 3-1, but trying to attack with another fastball.
He'll take a check over there at runner at first base Richards. Nothing going, not really an attempt, maybe just a little reset there.
It's been a lot of low and inside here for Basilia, maybe trying to attack that outside corner if he can get it there. And either get a chase off the end of the bat or strike 2.
Here comes the 3-1. And Rodriguez lays off for ball 4. So that's back-to-back walks now from Basilia. And Power here with 1 out. Have runners at first and second. We'll now bring up the first baseman, Noah Areola, who we talked about before. Me and you, Sam, we did a pregame show before this, and when we highlighted him in yesterday's game, he hit a walk-off 3-run bomb here on opening night.
And a pair of free passes here. And this is the guy you'd least want to have at the plate right now if you're the Yaks. Last time he came up with first and second situation, popped one well over the left center field fence. Looking to at least drive one in here and get the Power ahead once more.
So that one's ball 1 in the dirt from Basilia.
Be the second straight at bat for Areola where he puts the Power ahead in the game. Now this one would not be as meaningful as last night's, but it'd be a good start to the ball game here today.
Yeah, Sam, you mentioned too, Power getting out in front early with the offense. It certainly have a chance here. Maybe also time here in yesterday's game where they kind of struggled leaving runners in scoring position. Obviously they still, when they needed most, they did end up bringing in those runners in.
Did it when it mattered most, but Basilia a little bit shaken up here in the early going. Back-to-back walks through a first pitch ball and got one on the lower corner right there. 4-strike one and a pitch he desperately needed. Now Areola looking to attack here on 1-1.
If you're Areola, this is where you definitely do not want to help out a pitcher when a little bit inconsistency with the strike zone. Great take there from Areola. I just mentioned that right there. Oftentimes, hitters get so, jumpy when they know a pitcher continues to throw balls. They think, one's coming up serving, they'll end up chasing out of the zone. But right there, Areola.
Yeah, on the contrary, though, sometimes you'll see hitters who are maybe a little under-aggressive, who are taking pitches, waiting to walk.
So that one's inside the hands. This one's in. This one's going to drop. But all runners on the base had to wait to see it fall, so it will now be bases loaded there as Areola picks up the first hit for the Power.
First hit for either side of it, and it's a little duck snort. Not the prettiest, not how he envisioned the hit exactly. Obviously, after last night's swing, looking for a little bit more power, no pun intended. But he'll take it nonetheless. Looks the same in the stat sheet as a line drive base hit.
Exactly, he'll take it.
And now it's loaded up with only one away. And Amari Conley stepped into the dish. I'm sorry, Adam Axel.
Axel was 1 for 3 at 5 plate appearances, but he was hit by pitch twice in yesterday's game, so he's probably looking here to swing the bat as he takes ball 1.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit fired up after yesterday, not really getting a chance to hit, getting his opportunities to hit taken away from him with pitchers plunking him. And now he's looking to plunk one of the outfield grass and drive in a couple.
Certainly can do that here with one swing of the bat. And this is a big outfield here at Palm Springs Stadium. So anytime you get a ball in the gap, you're thinking 2 runners scored. But with bases loaded, you also see if you could drive it deep enough in that gap, wave home Areola.
This for Axel, you really want to be aggressive here. With Basilia, wanting to be a little bit too perfect.
As that one's going to get away. So that's going to be a power run on the pass ball from Basilia.
Second pass ball of the inning. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Now I was going to say, trying to be too perfect is Basilia, and that can cause a mistake. And either the mistake pitch is right down Broadway or in the dirt and causes some problems for the catcher. It did exactly that. And now the Power have their first run of the game. Not the prettiest as it has been all game, but they will take it any way they can get.
Here comes the 2-1 to Axtell. This is going to be grounded over to the right side, and they'll get Axel out first, but he'll bring home a run, so that will advance Power's lead now 2-0 here in the bottom half of the first.
But think about how game-changing that is. One pitch later gets the ground ball to second base. Instead of 2 runs scoring for the Power right there, you could have a ground ball double play out of the inning with nothing, and that one spike pitch just shifts the inning, and you still have one more out to get. Got to make a tough pitch, a tough out here, and Amari Conley, who really had some success here at the Division I level, which is one of the few guys on this Power team that we saw get consistent ABs at the Division I level, let alone have success with it.
And Amari Conley last night was 1 for 4 and looking to pick up a big 2-out RBI here in the bottom half of the first. And we always talk about the little things in baseball hurting yourself, and so far right now, that's exactly what the Yaks are doing. As that one got a piece of Conley there, it looked like somewhere in the bottom half of his leg. So it's two free passes already by Basilia, and now a hit by pitch. And we're going to get a mound visit here from the Yaks.
Yeah, obviously got to force a mound visit here. Looks like Basilia just a little bit rattled right now. 3 free passes if you include that hit by pitch and the 2 walks. It's drawn across 2 runs that he would not like to have. Those are runs that he will be the first to tell you those are his bad and unforced runs, and now got to settle down a little bit before this thing can really unravel from him.
Yeah, that's why maybe coming out for a mound visit here. You're just, at the end of it, yes, you've already gave up 2 runs, but you're 2 outs. You have got 2 outs in the end. You're 1 out away from getting out of this one, so just want to settle down here and focus on it here. But we always talk about the little things in baseball. One of those little things is 2-out hits, and it will now bring up to the plate John Artis, the center fielder tonight for the Power.
It'll be the 7th batter of this first inning for the Power.
Artis in last night's game was 1 for 4 with an RBI. So he'll be attacking early as he fouls this one off towards his home side dugout.
And what was really impressive for the Power last night is it wasn't really one guy that stood out offensively. It was a collective of guys getting 1 or 2 hits, and they were all timely hits when they needed them. And the Power looking to have a little bit of that same consistency here from their lineup here tonight.
And Artis sends a drive out to right field, but Bachman is going to be under it, and that'll be out number 3 here in the bottom half of the first, but not before the Palm Springs Power pick up 2 runs here. We'll be right back after this break.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
And we're back here in the top half of the second inning as the Power scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the first. And Sam, they did exactly what you asked them to do, get out the offense early. Not necessarily, and maybe the way you thought about, spreading the ball all over the yard, as Basilia had 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch, which really set up those 2 runs for the Power.
Yeah, when you think offense in baseball, you obviously think hard hits, you think the long ball, or maybe like doubles, triples, and the Power didn't exactly do that. Pair of walks, but you take advantage of what you do. You got the walks, you got the guys in scoring position, and you got those guys in with a little duck snort, a couple wild pitches, and sack fly. Or not sack fly, a fielder's choice.
It will now bring up the third baseman here for the Yaks tonight, number 19, Stockton Folks. We saw Folks come into pinch hit in yesterday's game. He's 0 for 1 with a K, so looking for a better start here. He's late on that swing there. Saw a little bit of heat there from Witt.
You saw a nice pitch there from Witt, getting it even 1-1. And that last pitch, the first pitch ball, was the first time he's gotten, behind an account seemingly all day. And that's exactly what you want on your starters, just to get ahead in count, stay ahead, and do it consistently throughout the night. And Witt doing a great job of that so far in this early going of this outing.
As that one, there's that slider again from Witt, not able to land it. And that will be now both teams now have a hit by pitch.
I'll tell you what, that's the classic announcer jinx there, Cam. I do apologize for that. That one is 100% on me. I will fully own that one. And despite the leadoff runner getting aboard here, Witt's looking to bounce back here and get a big out here on the next batter in goal.
Now bring up, like you mentioned, that second baseman Corbin Goal here for the Yaks. He was 2 for 4 with a run batted in yesterday's game. He takes a big hack there. Does goal.
Big swing and a miss from the left-handed bat. He was looking to tie the game on that one swing. Unfortunately for him, that ball just died out of the zone, and there's strike one.
Goal from Colorado Northwest Community College. So not too far away as we see from some of these players that come in from the East Coast. He's Colorado's shore here, but I wonder the weather difference for him from Colorado, all cold and now hot, is that ball jumps over the glove of Areola. And one run will get to third, and they'll pick back, and it's going to get by Areola. So here comes a runner for the Yaks, and they'll get their first run of the game here in the top half of the second.
So a hit, and I'm going to guess an error somewhere there by the Power. And this game is more than a game. The lead sliced in half for the Power, and it's the sloppy play continuing for both teams here in the early go, and that one just off the glove of Areola. Looked like they made a great play right there, and the throw just going a little bit wide, causing chaos on the bases are the Yaks, and what could have been disastrous for them turned into a run and another runner in scoring position with nobody out.
They'll now bring up Ryder Malmstorm, who did not play in yesterday's opener for the Yaks, but will get the start here in left field. And that one right there, we talked about the infield kind of being hoppy a little bit. It looked like that one was just kind of kicked up on Areola and got past him and went to Rodriguez in right field and made a strong throw, and good job by Acosta to cut that one off. And like you mentioned, they had a play at first there, and then the errant throw allowed a Yaks runner score.
Well, it would have been really, really tough for that initial play to be made by Areola. That would have been an extremely impressive play here to start, not start the second inning, but to get that first out of the second inning. Maybe got two there, but instead you saw it roll into right field. And for the Power right there is just an errant throw to first base. It looked like they had the runner gunned. There was a great job by Areola staying at the bag to make sure they had the runner, staying at first, but throw just went wide and everyone moved to 90.
It looked like right there Malmstorm was looking to bunt but pulled back. No one often see that with too many times runner on second with one out. You trying to bunt. You're just necessarily not going for the sacrifice at that point. You're going for a hit. Excuse me, there's 0 outs right there. I was looking at the wrong spot there, but there is 0 outs. So definitely then if you're Malmstorm, you're looking for sacrifice bunt here, but that pitch right there didn't square up to bunt. So we'll see what he does on this 2-1.
You'll see sometimes with no outs in these situations, and you really hope you don't see it here with 3-1 if you're the Yaks. In those situations, when you get to 2 strikes, those guys will still be trying to lay down a bunt, trying to make a play, whether it's the college, professional level, or even here at this level. You'll see guys still trying to get that bunt down with 2 outs, and it doesn't always work, and you put your lineup in a tough spot by pretty much gifting the out with the foul out if you're bunting in that situation with 2 strikes.
And right there on the 3-1 was definitely not bunting. He took a big hack there. Hitter's count was trying to send that one for a drive, but now being a full count here, and Witt looking for his first strikeout of the game.
Yeah, after some errors defensively, Witt a little bit shaken up.
And he'll get his first strikeout of the game as Malmstorm swings and misses on back-to-back pitches.
Looked like he was getting a little bit rattled on the mound, Witt, after the error there, but bounces back beautifully to get his first punchy of the game. Strikeout swinging right there on a pitch that may have been out of the zone, but had so much deception on it. Got the swing and miss, and that's out number 1 here, and settled down a little bit, gets that first out here, and just looking for 2 more quick ones to get out of this inning with the lead still in his favor.
Now I'll bring up right fielder DJ Bachman.
Rios in the on-deck circle. A couple of righties here for the Yaks, so a favorable matchup here for Witt if he can take advantage of it here with the bottom of the lineup.
And he falls behind Bachman 2-0. Not what you want to see here with 8-9 hitters due up for the Yaks.
Yeah, don't want to get yourself into more trouble by giving away free passes to the bottom of the lineup. Make them earn it. You got to attack here. And we'll see if Witt can do just that here on the 2-0 count. Great pitch
Bachman there takes a big hack. We've seen the Yaks not cheating themselves with these big hacks, but just haven't been able to come up with some contact. Well, if the Yaks here, you have a runner on second with 0 outs to start the inning. Now there's 1. You cannot leave that runner stranded here if you're the Yaks. You're looking to tie this game early, even at 2, as that one's ball 3 way outside.
So 3-1 count with Angel Rios standing in the on-deck circle. Rios is a guy who definitely can hurt you with an extra base hit despite him being in the 9 spot. He's a sneaky 9-hole hitter. So you'd like to attack here on 3-1.
And there it is. Witt yanks that one for ball 4. Now sets up shop for the number 9 hitter for the Yaks, Angel Rios.
Rios, who didn't have too much action in his college season. He's looking for his first hit since February 28th. Had 2 hits and 2 RBIs in that ball game, including a double.
As the runner takes off as that one hit towards the right side, but that one tailing foul.
Smart approach there, trying to take it the opposite way, trying to do his job, and at the very worst, advance the base runners, and he almost did more than that. He almost drove in the tying run at the very least, but fortunately for the Power and their fans here, just hooked foul. And if you're Witt, you just got to breathe a sigh of relief, understand that's just strike 1, and continue to attack and continue to mow down these hitters.
See Rios from University of Colorado Springs along with his teammate Ruben Velasco. So we have a couple Colorado natives here for the Utah Yaks, which makes sense. You know, they're right, very close to each other. So they all took a big travel trip down here in the summer at Palm Springs.
Yeah, you really get a lot of Utah's best talent here at the collegiate levels, guys who are maybe looking for some offers or playing at some of the top levels of college baseball right now, looking to just get that much-needed summer experience in.
There's the 1-1 lifted on to right field, and that one's going to find a gap. And 1 run's going to come in. Throw comes in and get the stop sign there at third. But the Yaks will tie the game at 2 in the top half of the second.
I mentioned Rios does have the capability of just popping a double, and he does just that right there. So after a 2-run frame from the Power, instantly responded with a pair of hits, a pair of runs from the Yaks, and was still only 1 out and 2 in scoring position. This could get troublesome for Witt and company.
Especially with the Yaks. The lineup will be flipped over to the top. It'll bring up Jake Mortensen. And that's why it was so crucial with that 8-9 batters. That's what you didn't want to do, is send the lineup right back to the top, is where the Yaks feel like they can do most of their damage. This one's going to be fouled off towards the left side.
Mortensen swinging an incredibly hot bat right now. 5 at-bats yesterday, had 4 hits. So he had an 800 batting average coming in the day. Obviously a very small sample size, but has been hitting the daylights out of the baseball so far in the early going. And continuing that momentum, at least for him, he's hoping to do.
As this ball is going to get away on a wild pitch inside to Mortensen, and Wade will just eat it there behind the plate. And now the Yaks take a 3-2 lead.
So trying to attack inside a little too far inside. Wild pitch, and the go-ahead run scores as Fernando by Alba plays in the background here at the ballpark. Obviously, I got a lot of great ties to that song, being an Indiana Hoosier. What a season that was for that team.
Definitely, as a Ohio State fan,
yeah,
I'm
sorry,
not
man.
happy about that one at all. But
that Big Ten championship was incredible.
Got to give credit where credit is due. Here comes the 1-1 to Mortensen. That was going to be a strike on the inside corner there. Now count now 1-2-2.
Got that inside pitch where he wanted it on that pitch right there after missing his spot a little bit on the last one. Bounces back nicely now in a 2-strike count with a really tough hitter Mortensen up, who we mentioned 4 hits yesterday.
Be a big strikeout if Witt can get his Powers defense playing back, and he indeed will get the strikeout. He had Mortensen way out in front of that one for out number 2.
Had him spinning for air was Mortensen, a big cut and a miss right there. And after yesterday's illustrious day for Mortensen, he's off to a slow start, 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. And now with the runner on third base, already a big crooked number up with 3 runs. Looking to limit it at just that and get this power offense, who seems to be picking up right where they left off yesterday, right back out there with the chance to get the lead right back.
Now bring up the catcher, Emmett Desmond, as he grounds this one to Acosta on the first low, and it's going to be an errant throw. It's going to get away from Arriola. A run's going to score, and Desmond's going to advance to second on the air from Acosta.
So what seemed like a routine play turns in the 4th run of the inning. I'm guessing all these runs on the inning for Witt are going to go unearned.
It says 3 errors now for the Power, and it's only the 2nd inning. It's something that we said had to be cleaned up. We understand it's early in the season. You'd rather have it now than later, but still looking to clean it up after yesterday.
You're trying to work out the kinks right now, and unfortunately for the Power, you're seeing some of those growing pains of getting accustomed with each other, and that play that looked kind of routine, a little bit rushed trying to get back to the dugout, and turns into another run, and now it's the Yaks who have doubled the Power's lead with a 4-run frame.
And I'll bring up the designated hitter for the Yaks, Bodie Goins. That's what's key in baseball. We always just say put the ball in play, and good things will happen to you, at least for, depending on which side you're going for on that one. But
and if you ask Desmond, you'll definitely say that going into the game here, Desmond's 0 for 2, however, has 2 runs because he's reached on errors. Correction, he was stranded at 3rd and last inning, but still, he's reached twice today. His OBP's 1,000.
Say check swing, and yes, he did. And Witt will pick up another strikeout, but not before the Yaks put up a crooked number here in the 2nd inning. Yaks now lead 4-2.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online.
And we're back here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning, and leading off for the Power is number 16, Ben Wade.
This is one of Casey Dill's guys playing at College of the Desert. 276 hitter with the Roadrunners as he takes ball 1. It's the backstop for the Power in today's ball game, and that brings a big benefit to the plate because you usually have those guys, see the plate the best. They'll take a lot of walks because they have a great vision for the plate. They'll know the strike zone better than anyone else. And it's Wade already ahead 2-0, knowing that strike zone very well.
And especially for the defensive side for Power, the Yaks put up a crooked 4 spot always too, whenever that happens to you as a team, you're looking to respond right away. It just feels like in a way you almost limit the damage very quickly and put yourself back in the game, because we know baseball is a game of momentum. And when one team feels that momentum, you know it just spirals and can get out of control.
Yeah, and if you take it away right back, you get, a run right here. It eliminates the pressure of having to put more runs up later because you have,
100%.
cutting the deficit a little bit, and a little bit of a run here, even if it comes in on like a ground ball, it may seem like, oh, it only scored on a ground ball, but it can go a long way, especially when you get the leadoff hitter aboard as they did with Wade.
That's a good start there for the Power here in the bottom half of the second.
So the Power have one hit here today, but that was your 5th base runner already here in the first 2 innings, with 3 walks and a hit by pitch.
You'll take however you can get it.
Basilia struggling with command so far, and Wade, despite being a catcher, does have some speed. Had a stolen base this season. So if Basilia just doesn't pay any attention to him, he'll get a good jump and he'll take off.
And I'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Blake Browning. That ball's in the dirt, but good job by Desmond behind the plate to keep that one in front from not letting the runner to advance.
Yeah, it's a good job by Wade there, too, to just, kind of look to see where the ball's going, look at the catcher's eyes, and stay put right there, not run himself into an out.
It's now 5 straight balls from Basilia to start this second inning for him. As this was rolled to the left side. They'll get one at second, and that will be errant throw. But Browning is unable to advance. Is a good backup there from the catcher, Desmond. So look like Basilia has a leadoff walk and then was going to get a double play to erase that, but instead it will be an error charge to the Yaks.
Already 4 errors here, and this being, if you include top half and for both sides, the 4th frame for both sides.
Now batting number 15.
We'll now bring up the leadoff hitter, Jeremiah Acosta. He flew out in his first at-bat of the game.
So there's 6-4 and then an E4 right there. Keeping the Power's opportunity to bring the tying run to the plate alive here in the second inning. As he takes a first pitch strike, it's the leadoff hitter, and Acosta.
And we saw this didn't work out for the Power in the top half of the second. Couldn't execute to get the 8 and 9 batters out, and then it flipped to the top of the lineup, and that's where the damage was done. And now almost looking like the same script here for the Power on the offensive end.
Quickly behind 0-2 in this count here. Want to at least work a couple pitches here, try and even the count. With Basilia struggling so much to find the zone, his 0-2 pitch isn't going to be an attack pitch in the zone. He's going to try and get you out of the zone to swing and chase. So you don't want to give him a free one.
That's why you got to be so patient if you're these Power hitters here. To find your pitch, try to eliminate that off speed and drive a fastball. As that one's hit sharply right at goal. And Browning was stranding too far off first, and that'll be a double play there for the Yaks to get out of the inning. Score remains 4-2, heading to the top half of the third.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
And we're back here in the top half of the third, and leading off for the Yaks is Ruben Velasco. And fans watching, this doesn't pertain to you, but here at the stadium today, he's the beer batter. So anytime he strikes out, he'll get a discounted beer at our concession stand. As he rolls this one to the right side, it's easy out number one for Witt.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ruben doesn't seem like he wants the fans to drink here today. He's been swinging away away. First pitch, hacking, and pair of ground balls for him, which he's not happy about, and the fans aren't happy about, so it's really a lose-lose situation.
Velasco wants it to be a sober Saturday here in Palm Springs Stadium. Now bring up Stocktown Folks. Witt looking for a bounce-back inning here in the third.
Yeah, it was yesterday the Power taking advantage of a 4-run inning off unearned runs, and it was today the Yaks doing so in that second inning. Fortunately for the Power, it's early. They still have a lot of time to make up those runs, and if Witt can get them another 0 here, that'll put him on the right track.
After getting a first pitch out on that first batter against Velasco, he now falls behind 2-0. So Folks in a hitter's count here. And we said it before, Yaks taking their hacks in these hitters' counts, but haven't been able to really maximize that opportunity.
Did you plan that one out in your head? Yaks, hacks?
Yeah, I didn't even catch it.
Was that just natural?
That wasn't even on purpose. I didn't even catch I said that either, Sam.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. See, you're good at this.
See, it may would have been better if I would have caught it, or is it better that I just played it off?
I think it's better that you just played it off and you let me figure it out.
Yeah, there you go. Fans, if you guys caught that one too, doing something right. There's strike one to Folks.
So there's Folks who reached on a hit by pitch to start off the second inning last inning. He was one of the 4 runs to score. He was the first of the 4 runs to score, really starting off that rally and looking to reach base once again here on a free pass. Hopefully less painful this time for him with a walk.
And Witt, after the first pitch out, will now walk Folks on 5 pitches. Not something you want to see after you get off the leadoff hitter with 1 pitch. You're thinking it will be a quick, easy inning, but he ends up walking Folks and will now bring up Corbin Goal.
A left-handed hitter here, but also a ground ball candidate. He went on the ground last time, just past the diving Ariola. And for the Power here, shifted up the middle once again. Looking for him to go up the middle this time instead of just pulling onto the right side.
Usually two lefties like that, every lefties essentially always say pull hitters, always are these lefties. There's a big gap there in between first and second base if Gold does decide to get the hands inside and let one fly towards the right side. Looked like a hit and run was on there as Gold fouls that one away. Count now even, 1-1.
And you're not seeing it with Goal here in this particular at-bat, but sometimes with lefties, you'll see, in the college game at least, with the MLB banning the shift, you won't see it there anymore, but the crazy shifts they have in the left-handed hitters, giving them the entire left side of the infield, almost daring them to hit it over there. And when those lefty hitters get that, it's like, why not throw down a bunt and just take that the opposite way? Not the case here for Goal, but something you see a lot here in the modern game of baseball.
Yeah, nowadays of baseball, Sam, it's like MLB players don't know how to bunt anymore, really.
Yes.
You see it's happened way too many times now. Exactly. But small ball definitely still a key to winning games, and that's something that Power manager Casey Dill had mentioned is small ball will win you games. Stealing bases, as our colleague Jack Glennon spoke to him before yesterday's opening night, and that's something Dill touched on is, we got to get bunts down. We got to steal some bases. We got to play fast, and that's something that the Power are trying to pick up here in Game 2.
Yeah, in a ballpark like this, you almost have to play fast. You almost have to have speed. With it playing so deep to the gaps, you really just have to almost, when you hit one in the gap, expect that you're getting 3, expect to put on the wheels and make a play, because you easily can get first to home or get a triple out of balls in the gap.
And we saw that in yesterday's opening game that Artis took that extra base, and it was an errant throw and allowed him to score. So when you put that pressure on the defense to force them to make throws and make plays when you're speedy all over the base paths, chaos can happen, and that's something that we saw in yesterday's game.
Right now, Gold just fouling a lot of pitches off, really battling right now, and for Witt, he's been aggressive, but unfortunately for him, he can't get that swing and miss pitch, can't get that strike 3, getting a lot of pitches that Goal has been on top of, getting a lot of ground balls that are just rolling foul. And for Witt, hoping to maybe get one across the plate and get a ground ball double play perhaps.
And it's another foul for Goal. So count will stay at 1-2. Witt having a tough time trying to put out Goal here. One, two, one out, and a runner on first here in the top half of the third. And he'll lock him up. Strike 3 on the outside corner there from Witt. Finally able to put away Goal for out number 2.
So after striking out the side last inning, although unconventionally, wouldn't exactly say the side, but struck out all 3 batters last inning, strikeout number 4 getting his first of the inning. And that's out number 2, a big one at that.
We'll now bring up Ryder Strum. He's hacking first pitch, a soft roller. Axtell will cut it off and able to get the out at first.
Tough play.
So we head to the bottom half of the third. Score remains 4-2 Yaks.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
There's something winning in the Agua.
In the bottom half of the third, where Power are trailing 4-2. And total of 6 runs, but only a total of 3 hits, and that's due to the walks and hit by pitches from both pitchers so far in tonight's matchup.
Yeah, it's been the difference so far. It has been the unearned runs for both sides, really, especially for the Powers last night, being the unearned runs being the difference for the Power. Right now the Power trying to get those runs back that they allowed on the defensive end here with 3 errors, 2 of them coming in that second inning.
And leading off for your Powers, number 27, Caden Richards, who had a home run in the opening night yesterday. So it was fouled away. Count now even 1-1.
So we mentioned Richards had that home run in the 3rd inning yesterday. Got the Powers offense going. Correction, that home run came in the 2nd inning from Richards. But it was what got the Power going.
And it looked like Powers offense was going to get rolling early with 2 runs in the first, as this one's a drive out to Bachman in right field, and he'll put an awkward put out there for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the third.
It'll look the same in the stat sheet, and Richards, who tried poking one the opposite way as he did yesterday, didn't get enough mustard on it and just pops one out to Bachman. Gave him some trouble with the sun, although pretty much set for the most part, kind of just staring into the mountain. Still giving him a nice view and a tough look at the baseball, and came down with it just in time.
And good start here in the inning for Basilia. We've seen him have some command issues early in this one, having trouble finding the zone, but here gets the leadoff batter out and looking to retire now. Number 23, Junie Rodriguez.
It's Junie, who in his last at-bat had a walk, came around to score. It's the last power run to score in that second inning. And a big cut and a miss right there.
Yeah, Junie, he takes some big hacks. He knows that he's not going to get cheated up there, and oftentimes big hacks leads to those whiffs.
They also lead to big swings.
Exactly, so there's a pro and con always to everything. It's now 1-1 with one down here. There's that big hack there. Got the hands inside, and it will be a base hit for Rodriguez. Hit number 2 for the Power.
And that's an impressive swing there from Rodriguez. He got jammed there, swing in on the hands. Not the most comfortable swing, a tough swing to make. Didn't get it on a good part of the bat, but you know what he did? Got it to some open grass, knew where he had to put that ball to get a hit, and got that base hit with one out. So a little bit of a rally brewing here for the Power that they're trying to cook up, and one out, one on. Big chance here for the cleanup hitter in Ariola, who, aforementioned, had that big swing in last night's ballgame.
First pitch spiked in the dirt, but again, good job by Desmond. He's been busy behind the plate so far for the Yaks.
Yeah, busy to say the least. He's had to keep a lot of balls close to him and not let him get away, and right now, preventing that runner from getting into scoring position would be a big run here for the Power to slice this lead in half and give themselves a nice piece of positive momentum.
And right now, home plate umpire giving Desmond a little time there. Got a little shaken up from blocking that ball, but he will resume back and get ready to play. Life of a catcher, huh? Bruises, balls inside the leg, off the mask, off the arms, fingers, hands, you name it.
Don't mention getting crossed up by a pitcher, too. I know I've crossed up a couple catchers in my day, and not fun.
It's Ariola out in front of that one. Count now even, 1-1.
It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 on here for the Power here in this bottom half of the third inning, the second of this 2-game finale. Yaks currently up 4-2.
So Basilia retired the first batter, and then Rodriguez reaches on a single to right field, and Ariola
just got under that one.
Fouls that one off towards the left side.
So for Ariola, you see he swings the bat exceptionally well and exceptionally hard. But on a night like tonight where the wind isn't doing as much of a favor for you as it was last night. Now, last night's shot was no gimme. That's out of every park, including Yellowstone.
Yeah, that was
but for right now, Ariola just needs to do his job, especially with 2 strikes, and get himself aboard any way he can and keep the line moving.
Almost took out his own players over there on a third base dugout. Was way out in front of that off speed from Basilia.
Yeah, those hot shots are always scary right along the dugout right there. Fortunately, no one got struck by it. Everyone just does a good job of get up and get out the way. Ariola with another life here with 2 strikes, looking to make the most of it.
Comes the 1-2 from Basilia. One down in the dirt. Count now even, 2-2.
Yeah, 0-2 to 2-2, and this is exactly what you like here from your cleanup hitter. He's working a count here, really making Basilia work, and having a bounce-back outing so far, or bounce-back last few innings has Basilia after that strugglesome first inning. And if Ariola can work up a really tough at-bat and get himself aboard, could cause some problems out there on the mound for Basilia.
That one outside. Ariola knew that was out right away. You saw him stick that hand out and point. It was out, and home plate umpire agrees. And from 0-2 now to 3-2. Rodriguez, not a lot of speed over there on first, but with full count here, we'll see if he gets moving.
Desmond just tried framing that one, and he did a good job of it, but wasn't going to get the call. The umpire was not fooled.
Framing has really kind of lost its value in today's game now with the ABS, as that ball is in the dirt for ball 4. Now runners on first and second.
Now for Basilia, that just cannot have been under any circumstances. You're at 0-2 with 1 out. You're a pitch away from getting yourself a big out in this inning, not necessarily getting yourself out of the inning, but getting yourself a big out and putting a big, burden off your back, so to speak. And now, back-to-back base runners have reached. You gave a free pass with 4 straight balls. And now if you're the power here, don't want to be too over-anxious knowing Basilia is struggling with his command again.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be, for Basilia, a quick, efficient inning. And that went out the window so far.
It's 5 in a row now that he's had spiral out of the zone in some sort of facet. And some ballparks around the country be chanting ball 6. Maybe he's starting to get to ball 7 here after this pitch. But if you're the power here, you almost want to wait till you get a strike. You got to take pitches. You don't want to be over-aggressive here. And you see sometimes guys will get aggressive 2-0, as that one a little bit low called for a strike. But in those 2-0 counts, you'll see him get a little bit too aggressive, swing at a pitch that isn't a hitter's pitch, and get under one and maybe turn it into 2 outs.
It's now 1-1 with 2 on and 1 out. Axel up at the plate. Way out in front of that one, dribbled over to the right side. Only play is going to be at first, so he'll pick out second out of the inning, but Axel ran into first baseman Velasco there.
I mean, bang, bang play at the bag right there, and when you're right in the runner's path, he's not going to try and go around you.
Yeah.
So
he's Axel was out the box.
Did what he had to do. No interference on that play, though, regardless. So no one would move up, and now it's up to Amari Conley right here to get the runners home, moving up everyone 90 feet. So that tying run is in scoring position. A base hit here from Conley likely does that job.
Yeah, that table is definitely set for Conley. Looking for a big swing here and easily 2-run score and tie the game. So that one, good job by Desmond to keep that one from getting by him.
Yeah, Conley maybe getting some dust in his eyes. Mentioned earlier, the 284 hitter at UT Martin this season. Wasn't a starter there, but was pretty close to being as close to a starter as you can get. Started in 24 of their games this season. So a platoon guy, maybe you can say, against right-handed pitchers, but got the majority of their starts and had 13 RBIs this season with 8 extra base hits.
Conley looking to pick up his second hit of the season, was 1 for 4 in yesterday night's matchup.
So the power hitter's doing a good job of laying off that low pitch being called for a strike. You don't need to swing at it until you get to 2 strikes, and for Conley, doing exactly that.
Conley will take strike 2 on the inside corner. Good pitch there from Basilia. Both of those strikes there were absolutely dotted, and as a hitter, those are the ones, like you mentioned, you want to lay off, but now here with 2 strikes, Conley just got to battle, try to foul off everything, or put one, find a hole out there. And Conley goes out swinging, so he'll strand 2 runners in the inning, and Yaks still lead 4-2 heading to the 4th inning.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Back here in the top half of the fourth inning, where both offenses put up a 0 in the third inning. Both offenses have struck early in this one. Palm Springs Power struck first with a 2 spot in the bottom half of the first, and then the Yaks countered that with a 4-run second inning.
Yeah, it's been zeros across the board in that third inning. The Power haven't scored for the last 2 innings, and right now the Yaks holding that 4-2 lead at the moment. Despite only having 2 hits, 4 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for the Yaks. 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Power. So, as you can tell by the scoreboard, you can likely tell what the story of this ballgame's been so far.
Yeah, and that's the story that it was yesterday as well, until that last inning where we saw a big fly from Areola. But Witt starts off this fourth inning with strike number 1.
It's a beautiful night here. It's turned into at Palm Springs Stadium, night 2 of this 2-game series. It's cooled down a little bit as the sun has gone down, and it's just made for a picturesque night here.
You could see how it's lining up here. You got the mountains and you got the sky kind of going down. When that sun starts to set, it's a beautiful sighting here at Palm Springs Stadium. It's always like that with, why these 7 o'clock games. It's usually burning hot here during the day, but definitely starting to cool down now. And you have this nice breeze going here. You see the American flag out there in dead center waving loud and proud. There's a big hack there from Bachman.
So this year 22 for the Power, but you think of this stadium, you think of all the history that's come through the stadium, obviously being the old Angels spring training facility, all the stars that have come through the stadium, that have come through this place, and now playing host to some really good level collegiate baseball here this evening and for this season for the 22nd year of Power Baseball.
And the biggest one being Nolan Ryan, who was on this mound back in the Angels minor league system. Pretty sure there is a picture of him somewhere in this facility.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you walk up on that mound, we're doing field work, and you think about, like, Nolan Ryan really was on this mound, one of the greatest pitchers, the Ryan Express.
Surreal.
It really is, surreal to be on the mound that some of the legends have been across.
And he gets Bachman to chase there. And Witt starts off this fourth inning with a strikeout. Hopefully he can now retire these Yaks 1-2-3.
So Witt is not a big strikeout guy, that K per 9 being a hair over 10, so he might get you a strikeout per inning, but right now at 5, his pace a little under 2 strikeouts an inning, but above his pace nonetheless so far has been Witt. But unfortunately for the fans here in this ballpark, it has been the beer batter of the game in Velasco, who has been one of the few batters to not punch out yet in this ballgame.
And that's the one, if you're here at the stadium, that's the one you do want to punch out because, like we mentioned, beer batter of the game. So if any point in the game he strikes out, we'll get a discounted beer at our concession stand. Someone just missed the outside corner there, so count now even 1-1 to Rios.
And for fans who want to come out, maybe be a part of that promotion, do it every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday night. So feel a little bit thirsty on a Tuesday, it'd be a great night to come out and sweat out getting a potential discount on a beer and watching somebody strike out.
Hopefully we just picked the right batter for that day.
I'll tell you what, Steven's not doing a great job right now.
Yeah.
Did not read the scouting report going in.
So that one missed outside again. So now 2-1 count to Rios, and then flips to top half of the lineup for the Yaks. This is where it's all crucial to get these 8-9 guys so the top of the lineup has no runners on when it comes up.
Yeah, and there's a walk and a double the last time they faced 8-9. Already a better start than last time, getting a strikeout, and now at 2 strikes here with 1 away. Here, you can't play around with this batter here. You can't try and be too cute and try and get him to try and chase a pitch. You got to attack here and either get strike 3 or, although their defense hasn't been as rock solid as they typically are, trust your defense because they're going to get in their groove and they're going to make their plays eventually.
Here comes a 2-2 from Witt. Someone just foul towards the right side.
Yeah, I really like that.
That was close.
I love that idea right there from Witt, trying to get the front foot slider on the inside portion of the plate, trying to get a swing and miss or maybe a pitch looking. It had some deception for sure. Rios did not know exactly what to expect, and by the time he saw it a little late, just fouled it off, and the 2-2 offering will be given once more.
That's exactly what you want to do, though. If you're Rios with those 2 strikes, you want to see the ball lay and hit it towards the right side as Witt fans another one. That's up now to 6 strikeouts here, as that's out number 2 in the top half of the 4th.
Back-to-back punch-outs here in the bottom of the lineup, and Jake Morrison, who did so much damage yesterday but 0 for 2 today, is looking to avoid a punch-out, which he had in his last at-bat, and wants to avoid striking out the side here.
So far, job well done for Witt in this 4th inning. You get the 8-9 batters out, and now the top of the lineup will come up, and Jake Morrison starts Morrison out with ball 1. Tonight, Palm Springs Power in their all-white unis, and the Utah Yaks with the red tops and white bottoms.
Yeah, and we saw before the game, both teams actually came out for warm-ups in red jerseys, and the Power were like, uh-oh,
that's not good. Yep.
We don't like that. So, quick wardrobe change, and which I think should be the home uniforms is the home whites. I feel like white is more of a home color, especially for baseball at least.
100%, I agree with you. And I think the all-whites look clean.
They're very clean.
Morrison swings through that one for strike number 1.
Some action in the Power bullpen so far as Javier Vasquez getting up and loose for the Power. Getting going in that left field bullpen.
This one grounded over to Arriola at first base, and that is a clean 1-2-3 inning for Witt. So hopefully his offense can score some runs for him in the bottom half of the 4th.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
And we're back here in the bottom half of the fourth inning where the Yaks still lead the Power 4-2, and Power offense looking to wake up and help their pitcher Witt, who just put up the first 1, 2, 3 of the game by either side.
Yeah, the best way for this Power offense to really get going is by getting back to the bats quickly, and that's exactly what they did with the 1-2-3 inning in the top half of that fourth inning. First 1-2-3 inning we've seen from either side all day, and brings up John Artis to the dish, who is really fast. So in the 7-hole today for the Power, but right now in this situation, the fourth inning, he's the leadoff guy, and this is kind of who you want up in this situation. A 306 hitter at College of the Desert. He was one of Casey Dill's guys, and on top of having that 306 average, had 12 stolen bases this season, had a 411 OBP. So wheels on wheels on wheels for Artis, and you see it in the outfield, and now the Power are looking for him to display those wheels at the plate in some sort of facet.
See if Artis can serve as a leadoff hitter here in the fourth, and it still be Basilia on the mound for the Yaks. So Artis swinging first pitch, but fouled off towards the left side.
Artis, who brings a lot to the plate, obviously, for this Power team right now in the 7th spot, and right now, a little aggressive here, swinging at that first pitch, and you'll see how that plays out for him and see if he's starting to see Basilia a little bit better here in the second go-around.
So that one spiked. Count now even 1-1, and that's what you'd like to see from this Power offense as this game gets later and later. If they can start picking up Basilia, and Basilia has been quite well when he doesn't shoot himself in the foot with the walks and the hit by pitch.
And that's kind of been really his only issue today. He hasn't really had any hard contact against him today. It's been the walks that have been the issue. The walks have been the only way runs have scored for this Power team. There's a walk and a bloop hit. So other than that, the 2 hits for the Power today haven't been hit all that hard. There haven't been any extra base hits. And it's the Power looking to get at least some sort of hit, maybe an extra base hit to get their offense going and start this fourth inning.
Now Artis has to do it, being down 1-2 is off speed left high, counting even now, 2-2.
And with the speed of Artis, it really doesn't even have to be an extra base hit in this situation. It can be a base hit, and he turns into an extra base hit by stealing a bag.
And we mentioned it already, Power manager Casey Dill loves to take those extra bases, very ultra aggressive on the base pass. Even saw as that got a piece of Artis there, maybe got him on the wrist or the hand. Oh, maybe caught his mouth. Artis kind of pointing towards top area. Hopefully everything okay there.
Appears to be okay. He's just shaking it off. And for the Power, you will take that. For Artis, you would have liked to take it in a different way. But nonetheless, the leadoff runner is aboard. And with that pitch not getting him anywhere in the lower section, those legs should be good and ready to go to steal a base.
We'll see here if Artis will take off. It is going to bring up the catcher, Benjamin Wade.
Wade walked in his previous plate appearance, but was gunned down on a double play on a line shot over to second base. It's hung up to dry.
Now Artis hopping around over there. Basilia saw him, decides to check over, but nothing going.
It took a big lead right there. That can always be dangerous, but for Artis right there, kind of reading the pitcher in Basilia, caught him out of the corner of his eyes with Basilia, and now a slightly less aggressive lead from Artis now, knowing Basilia is a little bit worried about him.
As that one bounced in the dirt again. Beautiful job by Desmond to keep that one in front from keeping Artis stuck at first.
Yeah, and these Power base runners haven't really been able to take an extra bag yet so far, and that's been because of Desmond being able to limit the balls from getting too far past them and keeping the base runners right where they're at.
There's a 1-0 now to Wade. That one in the dirt. Basilia now falls behind 2-0. And this is where, if you're Wade, you're looking for that one pitch to put a good drive on. Anything else, flush that one.
And Artis now with Wade ahead in the count. You don't want to do too much. Your teammate's already ahead in the count. You don't want to do something that could potentially mess up his at-bat.
This one dribbling on to the left side. The only play is going to be at first in the dirt over there, but great pick by Velasco to at least pick up one out.
Yeah, that was a really tough play. And it looks like that was Folks right there charging in with the play, making it really tough, but nonetheless getting it done, and that's a big first out for the Yaks. Runner in scoring position for the Power. They've stranded a couple runners in scoring position already today, and they don't want to leave any more on the paths. Like to at least slice this lead in half. And although last night's game was exciting for this Power fans and this team, they'd like to have a little bit less of a stressful game here tonight.
Yeah, we'll now bring up the 9-hitter, Blake Browning. Hopefully, like you mentioned, not trying to strand any more runners. Runners in scoring position, hits with runners in scoring position. One of the biggest keys and stats that's looked at the most in baseball. What can you do when your teammates are in position to score?
Yeah, in those clutch scenarios here, right now you have the bottom of your lineup here, but that's where good teams and championship-level teams, if they want to be championship-level, they get production from all parts of their lineup. They don't just get it from the top few batters in their lineup. They get it from all over. It can be anyone on any given night. You saw that with the Power last night. It was distributed pretty evenly throughout the offense, and they're looking for that again here this evening.
And Browning, from Palm Desert, was at Cal State San Marcos. Only just 8 games played last season, 7 at-bats, but in those 7 at-bats, batted .571 with a double and a home run.
And that's a good decisive pitch there by Basilia to get himself to 2 strikes. He's been working low all game long, being a ground ball pitcher. Browning not expecting the pitch up in the zone and painted the upper corner for a strike 2.
Comes the 1-2, and he takes that one right down the middle for strike 3. Basilia picks up out number 2 in the bottom half of the 4th.
Only strikeout number 2 in the ballgame. The first one looking for either side, and that one was just a piece of deception. I don't know if Browning was looking for something else right there, but Basilia was going low, 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 win high, and then on that last pitch went straight down the middle, and Browning couldn't do anything but watch.
That's down away for ball 1 from the leadoff hitter, Jeremiah Acosta. Acosta looking to pick up his first hit of the season in game number 2 for the Power.
They're looking for the leadoff hitter to really get going. A .373 average in his college season. Another guy who has some speed as well.
So that one's a base hit up the middle. And the windmill is going to be on for Artis. There's going to be a play at the play, but it will be cut off. And Jeremiah Acosta picks up his first RBI of the 2026 season.
Lead indeed, slice in half. You're talking about needing Acosta to get going, a guy who really hits for a solid average. And finally playing to the bill right here, and a big hit at that for the Power. Their 3rd hit of the game, their 3rd run of the game. They got 3s across the board with 3 runs, 3 hits, and 3 errors. And with the speed of Acosta, wondering with 2 outs here, you get aggressive here and try to turn it into an extra base, to get that stolen base and have the tying run in scoring position.
And that's exactly what you want to do with 2 outs. Hit it up the middle or take it the other way, and that's exactly what was done. As this one skied out to Rios in center, charging on his Bachman. He's in for out number 3 here in the bottom half of the 4th, but not before the Power pick up an RBI single from Acosta. Yaks lead 4-3, heading to the top half of the 5th.
Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching. Rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium here where the Yaks lead the Power 4-3. And now on the mound for the Power is number 17, Javier Vasquez. Sam, what can you tell us about Vasquez?
Yeah, Vasquez coming on for the Power, and it is not his debut here tonight. It is the first pitcher that we've seen that is going to be getting his second game of action here, and he pitched last night, was the opener for the Power last night, got 2 innings in as the opener, was very efficient in those 2 innings to start off the game. Only 1 run allowed. It was an earned run. Had 3 hits in those 2 innings, so the whip a little bit up. It's at a 1-5. But nonetheless, for the Power here, they're looking for him to have another efficient outing here out of the pen, although was the opener yesterday. He's traditionally a bullpen guy, and maybe a Swiss Army knife who can get you outs in any situation. And for the Power here, they're looking for him in a high-leverage situation to get some high-leverage outs.
Leading off for the Yaks is their number 2 hitter, also behind the plate, Emmett Desmond. Count now even 1-1. That one yanked far left there from Vasquez.
First pitch strike there from Vasquez, and after that, starting to lose control a bit. Back-to-back balls here, and last thing you want is a free pass here with the heart of the lineup up.
As that one's roped to dead center, has Artis drifting back, and that one up and out of here for Desmond. And we talked about this park not being a home run park. Desmond took that ball for an absolute ride to dead center.
Yeah, that was a poke from Desmond, swinging a hot bat so far to start the year. Was one of their big players in last night's ball game, despite them evidently falling short. And another big fly, the first of the season for the Yaks. And once again, doubling their lead. It's 5-3.
Desmond got exactly the pitch he wanted. That looked like a heater right down Main Street, and he hit it right back where it came from and more, as that's a far way out there. That's 400 mark, and that ball cleared at least by another 15 feet or so.
Desmond reached 3 times yesterday and had 2 RBIs. Another 2 RBIs here for him in this ball game. So he's ran into some good luck in this game, Desmond. He's reached all 3 times. Mentioned the first 2 times he's reached on errors. But that swing was far from lucky. To take one dead center at this ballpark is tough to do. I thought Artis was just, going to look up and watch it bounce off the wall, but he looked up and that ball was all the way out. So a rough start for Vasquez to this outing. First batter, and the batter is trotting around the bases and doing the full 270. Or 360, I should
and
say.
We were talking about earlier in this game, too, just kept leading up, is Yaks weren't cheating themselves. They were taking big hacks, and there it finally paid off, and Vasquez will pick up strikeout number 1 in relief here.
Yeah, it's strikeout number 1 to start his outing. So it's a good bounce back after giving up the homer.
Will now bring up number 34, Ruben Velasco.
Yeah, the beer batter of the game here is Velasco. Fans are really rooting for the strikeout here after he's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. And maybe the ump is rooting for it as well as we get a first pitch strike on the inside corner.
Just about to say that, Sam. Good start there from Vasquez. And great job by Vasquez to pick up the strikeout right after giving up the home run, as that one was some chin music there to Velasco.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth. Some chin music right there. Giving him some tough breathing room right there and able to just get out of the way. And
the mentality that you have to have for a hitter, too, when a pitch like that goes high and tight after to get right back in. It's always, just the human mind is thinking, is this going to come right back at me again?
And I think the worst part about it, too, is then you got your teammates in the dugout screaming, "We got ice!"
That's the worst.
Like, no, we don't got ice for 5 missing teeth.
And right there again, Vasquez, after going high and tight, goes 2 off speeds away, and Velasco didn't get a good swing off there. Now count even, 2-2.
Fans starting to get anxious here.
As that one's right down the middle for strike 3. Vasquez back-to-back strikeouts after surrendering the home run. And the fans here are going to get a beer discount here at the concession stand, as Velasco was the beer batter of the night.
You're seeing fans get out of the stands like rats on a sinking ship. Everyone is ecstatic here at the ballpark for our beer batter of the game striking out. And I'll tell you what, this inning wraps up quick here. Depending on the line, might take a quick step out.
You got to be careful drinking on the job, as that one's strike number 1. It's all jokes, fans. No one is.
No, we're all joking here.
On this broadcast, it's a good job by Vasquez so far to bounce back after that home run. Quick 2 outs with strikeouts, and now ahead 0-1. Oh, that one just missed the outside corner there. That's the one you want to land, and that's been his pitch so far. And this one is that off speed that starts down the middle and cuts to the outside corner.
Yeah, so back-to-back strikeouts after giving up the home run, and looking to finish the inning with 3 straight strikeouts is Vasquez and have some positive momentum going into his next inning. And for him, getting the offense back up there, only having to get 1 or 2 runs back.
Comes to 2-1. As that one chopped up the middle, it's going to get through. It's a two-out single, for the Yaks.
3 ABs for folks, and he's reached in all 3 plate appearances. There's a hit by a pitch, there's a walk, and now his first hit of the ball game. It's only the 4th hit for the Yaks in this ball game, despite them having 5 runs here in this game. And right now, for the first time all game, they're trying to have their hits match their runs.
We'll now bring up the second baseman, number 4, Corbin Goal.
Now batting number 4, Corbin Goal.
Goal here on the day, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout.
As the runner's going to take off, and it's a pass ball anyways.
A great pitch to go on there. Had the base without question. He'll still get the stolen base regardless. But with that ball getting away, fortunate for the Power that runner didn't move up another 90.
And now that sets up a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs for the Yaks. We saw the Power get that 2-out RBI single. And now Yaks looking to match and do the same thing. This one's hit towards the right side. It's going to get through. Up comes Rodriguez. There's going to be a play at the plate. It's going to be cut off by Areola, and that will be the second run of the inning for the Yaks. They now lead 6-3.
Back-to-back base hits, and those 2-out hits can always be the most damaging. So after the Power were able to get a run across in the bottom half of the 4th, an instant response from this Yaks team. The lead is once again doubled. It is 6-3, and unfamiliar territory for this Power team, trailing here as we're almost halfway home in this ball game. The bats are really going to need to get going here.
And we were just talking about in his last plate appearance goal being a pole hitter, and that's exactly what he does. He hits it towards the right side, gets past the diving Richards at second. Good speed from Folks to come on and score.
It's the second time he's taken that one in that nearly identical spot. Both times just getting past the glove of Richards, and that one more damaging than the last.
Now Ryder Malmstrom up at the plate with 2 outs trying to extend the inning, and he'll do exactly that with another base hit towards the right side. But Goal will stay put at second from a good throw from Rodriguez out in right field.
3 straight singles, and the last one nearly identical to the last one. And now it's this Yaks lineup really looking to break it open right now with a 2-out rally. They've already played it across 1 here in this rally and 2 in this inning. But a big swing in the gap can really break this one open and put the pressure all on the Power more than it already is.
Vasquez so far gave up the leadoff home run, then got back-to-back strikeouts, and now 3 straight hits here with 2 outs for the Yaks. Just 1 out away from getting out of the inning.
And he's been 1 out away, 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning the last 3 batters.
It's a big whiff there from Bachman.
And fortunately here, for Vasquez, you have a situation here where it's a righty-righty matchup, and you're looking to get the out here in a favorable matchup and get yourself out of the inning.
This one's hit off the end of the bat. Ariel picks it up and underhands it on to Vasquez at first. That for out number 3. But the Yaks pick up 2 runs by a solo shot from Desmond and a 2-out RBI base hit. Yaks lead 6-3 heading to the bottom half of the 5th.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, where the Yaks currently lead the Power 6-3. And this will be a new pitcher on the mound for the Yaks. It's going to be number 35, Darren Herrera. And Sam, what can you tell us about Herrera?
Yeah, Herrera making his 2nd appearance of the season. You saw him just last night. Didn't see him for a long time, but for the Power, maybe saw him for a good time. Went a 1/3 of an inning. Didn't give up anything, but he gave up 2 walks. So for the power hitters here, just like with the last arm in Basilia, you got to be patient. You got to work counts. You got to work ABs. Can't be over-aggressive and swing at an early out because you might be able to get yourself a free pass.
And leading off for the Power is number 23, Juni Rodriguez, where these 2 players actually faced off, and Herrera got Rodriguez to strike out.
So 2 lefties here. to face here for Herrera. So you would think it would be advantage Herrera here. But with it being the heart of this power lineup, Rodriguez, who's already ahead 2-0, is looking to emulate himself into this ball game more than he already has. He's reached base twice. He hasn't scored yet. Correction, he did score back in that first inning. Scored the last power run in that first inning. But he's reached base both times. Had a single in his last at-bat before being stranded at third base.
And there's grounder over to the right side. Took a hop there, but no problem for goal. And throw it on to first for out number 1.
Yeah, we've seen that hop go the opposite direction for the Power a couple times, and they were hoping for a more plentiful hop on the opposite end. Didn't go their way, and it's a quick first out here, bringing up Areola with the bases cleared. Another guy who's reached in both of his plate appearances with the base hit and a walk. That base hit coming in the first inning, being a bloop hit that loaded the bases. And what was that 2-run inning to start off?
So that's a awkward swing there from Areola. Her tied him up with that inside pitch. And we're just looking for some sort of spark from this Power offense. Haven't really got it. In that first inning, it was more reaching on walks and hit by pitches. Had a little spurt of it, you could say, last inning where they picked up 1 run, but you're looking for that gashing blow.
And this would be an inning for the Power. We mentioned earlier in the game where you tack on a little so it doesn't seem like a lot in the later going, and this is definitely one of those innings where you feel like you need that with the heart of your lineup up and the Yaks continuing to apply pressure on the offensive end. So you got to respond right back. Otherwise, it can get really alarming here for this Power team of falling in the second game of the season.
Count now 2-1, 1 out here. One catches his own there. Areola didn't think so. Shake of the head there, but count now even, 2-2.
Unfortunately for him, that's only strike 2, so you get another crack at it. You saw a pitch that maybe wasn't yours, and now with 2 strikes, you know what you have to swing at and know what pitches you can maybe do some damage on. 2 all strikes and 1 out here.
And he gets Areola to strike out swing in there, and Desmond will apply the tag for out number 2.
So, looking for their first, technically second 1-2-3 inning of the game are the Yaks. They had one back in the bottom half of the second, thanks in large part to a double play. So this would be the first, essentially, clean inning if they can get through this batter here in Axel, which with the lefty-lefty matchup here, you would assume would be presumable.
And Herrera in this bottom half of the 5th inning. This is his second lefty that he's facing. His first one was Juni Rodriguez, so he got to ground out, and now looking to put away Axel to put up a 1-2-3 inning.
And it's another lefty on deck for the Power, and Amari Conley.
So that one hit sharply towards first base side, but Velasco all over it, and will take an easy out there. We'll go to break and come back for the top half of the 6th.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
For the Yaks, number 1, Angel Rios.
We're back here in the top half of the 6th inning where the Utah Yaks lead the Palm Springs Power 6-3.
And this is an inning here for the Power. They need another shutdown inning. They've had 3 of them already where they've put up zeros, but it's been the crooked number innings that have killed them, at least in the early going. So you need Vasquez to have a bounce-back inning, get a quick 0, and hopefully get the offense going back to the dish with some righties coming up and maybe give the new arm in the game for the Yaks and Herrera some trouble.
And Vasquez starts off the number 9 hitter, Angel Rios, with 3 straight balls, and then we'll flip back to the top of the lineup after Rios. So Vasquez looking to try to find a way to battle back after falling behind 3-0.
Nothing more detrimental than the leadoff walk, and looking to avoid that here is Vasquez, and doing so by firing one in the zone, gets the strike here. And now we'll see here for the Yaks if they try and get a little bit over-aggressive here with the 9-hole hitter in Rios, who already has a big RBI double in this ballgame.
Yeah, not only just leadoff walks to the Q, leadoff walks to the 9 hitter are even worse than that. Can be more gut-wrenching, but now Vasquez battles back, and now count is full, 3-2.
Yeah, so 3-0 to 3-2. Vasquez already back on the bump, ready to deal, and time called from Rios, who's not quite as ready.
Comes to 3-2, and that one upstairs as Rios will take his leadoff walk to start this top half of the 6th.
Yeah, the infamous leadoff walk, and now that could be trouble here for the Power as Rios, who also has some speed, is aboard on the base paths. So Rios has already what is right now the go-ahead RBI in this game, and right now could be a very big insurance run here in the 6th inning.
Now flip to the top half of the lineup for the Yaks. It's Mortensen, and he'll lay down a bunt towards the left side. Smart play there from Wade to let that one roll foul.
Yeah, very smart play right there. You know you can't get the runner at first base, would be a very tough play, so you let it roll, go out of play. Don't let any more damage be done.
And Morton, you mentioned Rios over there at first, has some speed. So does this leadoff hitter in Mortensen. So trying to bunt that one to get the runner over and bunt for a base hit. We'll see here what Mortensen will do with the 0-1.
So we have more.
And there goes Rios taking off. Mortensen swings. This one falling fast towards left field. And Rios going to dig for third. Mortensen will stay put at first. And now runners set up first and third with nobody out here in the 6th.
Another duck snort. Conley didn't get a good jump on it. Went first step back, and I think regardless, even if he does get a good step on it, he doesn't make the play with the way that ball was sharply fallen. So ducks on the pond here, some serious trouble for Vasquez and the Power, and we'll see if we have a potential meeting on the mound.
Gonna get a mound visit here to talk to Vasquez, try to calm him down here, especially with runners at first and third. But you mentioned there's been someone up since the start of this inning in the Power bullpen, so maybe just giving him some time to up and loosen as well. But Power pitchers, whether it's Vasquez, it looks like they are going to stick for Vasquez now, just trying to limit the damage as much as you can, as you're already facing a 3-run deficit.
So you wonder, with it already being a 3-run game, with it being a big run standing at third base, if the Power's defense does come in. They do not here. And we'll see how that plays here. The 2-hole hitter in Desmond, who hit a big fly in his last one.
And they'll pick over to first. We mentioned Mortensen has some speed at first base. Rios with some speed at third base.
Desmond is reaching all 3 plate appearances. Mentioned the homer in his last at-bat, but he's reached on 2 errors today. So he's gotten a bit lucky with the ways he's found his way aboard, with the exception of his last at-bat, which was no gimme.
And Desmond puts another fly. This one a high drive to left, but Conley going to be underneath it. There's going to be no play at the plate, so they'll fire to second, but it's offline, and Morrison will move up another 90 feet, and the Yaks pick up another run. They now lead 7-3.
You don't like to call a sac fly frustrating, but by the way that ball left his bat and by the way he swung it, I think he's a little bit frustrated with how that at-bat ended. Just how the ballpark plays here in Palm Springs. An unfortunate outcome for Desmond, but nonetheless gets a big run home at 7-3 and another runner in scoring position, and that will be the night for Vasquez.
We're going to get a pitching change here for the Power, so we'll be right back after this pitching change.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
And we're back here in the top half of the sixth inning where the Utah Yaks lead Palm Springs Power 7-3, and we have a pitching change here for the Power. It's now pitching number 14, Jacob Petersheim, And Petersheim was a graduate student at Colorado State University Pueblo, and he was a 2024 RMAC All-Tournament team and 2025 First Team All-RMAC, and he's put in a big spot here with runner on second with only one down.
Yeah, big spot for a veteran arm here, and this is who you turn to. Although it's not extremely high leverage, this is almost your stopper in a way. Stop the bleeding, stop the damage. You know this team has the capability of putting runs up in bunches.
Someone chopped towards the right side. Richards handles it cleanly on to first for out number 2.
Didn't even drop the bat. Just ran up the baseline with the bat right there. Where's Goins?
We'll now bring up number 34, Ruben Velasco.
Wait, so if he strikes out again here, is he the beer batter again? Does it apply once more?
Yes, it does apply once more, all the way until the 7th inning. So top of the 6th here, assuming that this game doesn't get out of hand. Yeah, exactly. Assuming the game doesn't get out of hand. As we just heard the fans yell here, Ruben strikes out as they want another beer here.
Fans are really starting to get into it here. I feel like this is the loudest point that they get to at any point of the game is when the beer batter comes up.
We'll see here. Velasco credited that with them his last at bat and quickly falls behind 0-2.
Excitement brewing at Palm Springs Stadium. Maybe this could be the momentum shift that this team needs to get the offense going.
And he's going to put it in play. Fans disappointed here, but it'll be out number 3. Great job by Petersheim to come in and limit the damage. But the Yaks put up 1 run here in the top half of the 6th. They lead 7-3.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
We're back here in the bottom half of the 6th inning where the Utah Yaks lead the Palm Springs Powers 7-3, and leading off for the Powers, number 5, Amari Conley. Another lefty-lefty favorable matchup for Herrera on the mound for the Yaks as he starts out Conley with strike number 1.
Yeah, they're playing him pretty straight away, though. No shift on Conley here, so Conley, you'd like to maybe take one up the middle and get the offense brewing.
Just gets a piece of that one. Now Conley falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, big count right here. Conley already behind 0-2, and this Power team in desperate needs a run. Starting to chase outs right now. 12 outs and 4 runs needed for this Power team, and mentioned chasing 4. You'd like to get at least 1, if not a crooked number here in this inning.
And how about that scoreboard out there, Sam? Yaks 7 runs on 7 hits, Power 3 runs on 3 hits as Conley hits that one towards the right side, gobble it up onto first for out number 1.
Good hustle from Conley, just out by a couple steps. And it's been a very efficient outing so far here from Herrera. Only went a third of an inning in his last outing, and now going an inning and a third. And he's faced the minimum so far.
It will now bring up number 9, John Artis. Didn't want to swing there. It was a check swing, but got a piece of the bat. That one fouled off towards the right side.
Yeah, a little excuse me swing in. Didn't get a bad piece on it, but fouled it straight back essentially. And behind 0-1 right here to start the count, but looking to get a big swing of the bat here.
Upstairs from Herrera. Count now even 1-1.
Ball had a lot of dirt on it. You saw just all the dirt just coming off the catcher's mitt. A nice pop right there, but pitch that was well out of the zone. Makes it 1-1. Yaks have looked so much better tonight here defensively, and it's made for, a much more competitive game, and it's gone in their favor here tonight because they have been the ones who've made less mistakes.
Yeah, they've adjusted quickly on this. We mentioned this is game 2 of the season. Short little series here as they played yesterday night as well. They made the adjustments better so far to have the Yaks on the defensive end and even on the offensive end. We talked about Yaks had 13 hits in last night's game, but only picked up 5 runs, and that's just not going to cut it. It's something we mentioned in our introduction here to our broadcast is if the Yaks have that many hits, they need to go ahead and produce runs, and they've done exactly that with 7 runs on 7 hits.
Yeah, they've had timely hitting, and they've taken advantage of runners in scoring positions that haven't gotten on base via the hit. So it's been success all around at the plate here so far for the Yaks and for the Power. More to be desired with a couple guys left on base and another strikeout here.
It was a beautiful pitch there from Herrera. Had Artis way out in front on that one and fanned by. Pick up out number 2, and Herrera looking for a nice 1-2-3 inning.
Big breeze coming through right now.
We're going to get a pitch hitter for the Power. It's going to be number 13, Owen Michelson. Michelson appeared in last night's game, went 1 for 4 with a walk.
So he'll be taken over behind the dish is Michelson, coming out for the left-handed Wade. The right-handed bat in Michelson here, looking for a 2-out rally and need him to get aboard.
Comes the 1-0 from Herrera. That one outside. Try to go with that backdoor slider, but doesn't find the zone. Now falls behind 2-0.
And we've seen guys get ahead here quite a bit for this Power team, but haven't been able to make the most of getting ahead in counts.
There was that fastball right there from Michelson, but couldn't take the bat off the shoulders.
Michelson from Candler, North Carolina. Currently playing at UNC Asheville.
Out upstairs, count now 3-1. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Michelson at the Division I level having a really impressive season this past season, hitting .307 with the Bulldogs.
Looking to do the same thing and continue on that here in the summer and pick up where he left off when season returns for him. As puts a good swing on this one, but this one in shallow center is going to be caught by Rios. And the Yaks still lead 7-3 after 6th inning of baseball here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
We're back here at Palm Springs Stadium in the top half of the 7th where the Utah Yaks currently lead the Palm Springs Power 7-3. Yaks have 7 runs on 7 hits. Power have 3 runs on 3 hits.
Yeah, it's been just effective, timely hitting for the Yaks here so far, and their pitching staff, after a shaky first inning, has been dialed in, only giving up 1 run and only 2 hits since that first inning. So it's been really impressive for the Yaks, and for the Power, a little bit of a disappointing display offensively.
As this one hit up the middle towards Acosta, fills it, throws it on to first for 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start to the inning, as Petersheim is still on the mound for the Power.
Not an easy play and a quick, efficient 6-3 that they made look routine, but I can tell you right now that was not a routine play. It was far from it.
Especially those ones as a shortstop when you're running towards up the middle to make that throw. Oftentimes we see it get pulled high up the first baseline because your body is moving that way, so it's hard to catch that arm angle to keep that ball in play. It was a great job there from Acosta. Strike number 1 here to Corbin Goal.
And it's been a great job of just being the stopper here for the Power in this situation, which is exactly what they needed, is to limit any more damage being done by the Yaks, and that's what Petersheim has done to a T so far in his outing.
And the Yaks have scored in back-to-back innings. They picked up 2 runs in the 5th and 1 in the 6th, and looking to continue to expand on that, while the Power are trying to limit them here and keep the deficit just at 4, as Power offense is running out of outs.
Yeah, just 9 outs to play with and 4 runs to chase. It gets tough, but the later innings are where the Power have seemed to excel.
Comes a 2-1 for Petersheim. Drops in the off-speed there for strike 2. Comes a 2-2. Swing and a miss there from Goal. Petersheim picks up his first strikeout in relief for out number 2 here in the top half of the 7th.
Great job of not playing around and getting your first strikeout here for Petersheim. Just attacking the hitter, getting him to chase, and a big second out here for the Power. You want to get up and get down so you can get your offense back out there and get the bats rolling. They'll have something to feel good about, hopefully, if you can get it out here. And you hope that positive vibes and momentum can carry over defensively to the offensive side.
There's strike 1 on the outside corner there to Ryder Malmstrom. Power just needs some type of momentum, and like you mentioned, maybe hopefully quick 1-2-3 from Petersheim. We'll roll that momentum over to the offense, and we saw a comeback from the Power in yesterday's home opener, and looking to do the same thing here in Game 2. So there's strike 2 to Malmstrom.
And baseball is a game where things can flip in an instant, so you get that leadoff runner on for the Power, all of a sudden it gets contagious.
Just missed the outside corner there. That one, our angle looked pretty good. Umpire says no, sir, and it'll now be Deuces Wild here.
Just got to make one more pitch. You got to bounce back and get that third strike any way you can get it.
And he'll get it on the foul tip there from Malmstrom for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Petersheim. Yaks still lead 7-3.
Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
We bring you back here to Palm Springs Stadium here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, where Power offense has gone cold here and is running out of outs as the Utah Yaks lead them 7-3.
Yep, you mentioned running out of outs, and this is where you need your 9-hole hitter to be a second leadoff guy and get himself aboard in the righty-lefty matchup. Going to be a tough task with it being 6 up, 6 down so far from Herrera, looking much more efficient from yesterday, having 2 walks in the 3 batters he faced. He's been doing a good job of attacking the zone, and that has led to quick, easy outs, which is something Herrera really struggled with yesterday, and the Power hoping he may tire out a little bit and start walking some batters and can create some chaos on the bases for the Power.
And right here, going to see a pinch hitter for Blake Browning. It's going to be number 26, Alex Jasso. There's strike 1 to Jasso. Jasso appeared in yesterday's game. He got the start. He was 2 for 4 with a double and a strikeout.
Yeah, Jasso at the first base position for the Power in last night's ball game will be taken over as the DH here in today's game. So right now, when you're coming off the bench in a position like this, or especially when you're the designated hitter, lightens the load off you a little bit, and all you really got to worry about is hitting a good stick and doing that job.
I think for every hitter, though, right now, especially when you face a deficit, 4-run deficit, it's, you could get it all back in one swing because you could load the bases and, but that's highly unlikely. So right now the mentality's got to be for every hitter, just find any way on base and get some type of more momentum swinging our way.
And you mentioned getting it back in one swing. For the batter right now in Jasso, you most definitely cannot get it back in one swing. This isn't Dodger Films where you hit it off the scoreboard, it's a 5-run home run. So
there's a 3-1 to Jasso. He'll take it on the outside corner, count now full, 3-2.
And if you're Jasso, you like that take because you need base runners more than anything. You don't want to gift wrap them a pitch on 3-1 where you swing at that you know you can't do damage with it. Wait for 3-2 where you got to be a little bit more protective, and if it's not there, you've earned yourself a free pass.
Comes to 3-2. And he swings and misses at that one for out number 1. As Herrera picks up his first strikeout of the inning.
Big cut and a miss. Don't know if that one was in the zone or not, and there's too close to take for Jasso there. Gets a big swing and a miss, and Herrera keeping the momentum flowing. His 3rd strikeout of the game. He's gotten 1 in each inning. It's the first time he's gotten the first batter to go down in a frame.
Well, so far in this game, averaging a strikeout an inning, and that's always beautiful, what you want to see from your relief pitchers, and especially from Herrera, who had a tough outing in yesterday's matchup. It will now bring up the top of the lineup for the Power in Jeremiah Acosta.
But most importantly, I think, you take the load a little bit off the rest of the bullpen. With this being the 3rd inning of work, and he's been working so quickly and so efficiently, the bullpen's getting a chance to relax a little bit over there, and you don't have to force as high leverage and as high stress situations where you have to stretch guys out a little bit longer or put them in the situations they aren't as comfortable in because you're getting a lights-out performance right now from Herrera.
And you were saying in our introduction, Sam, that for this Power offense, you want to get to that Yaks bullpen quick, and so far Herrera has come down and just shut that down as Acosta took a big hack there, and that one was way out of the zone. Now falls behind 1-2.
He's been mowing down these hitters right now, and I don't think anything was quite more evident than that big chase and a miss right there.
These Power hitters seem all out of sorts, have not scored since 4th. This one chopped to 3rd, and safe, says first base umpire, said Velasco came off the bag, and we mentioned any way possible They'll reach on an air, do the power. They're going to call that one a hit for now. That one could change. There's always a gray line in between a hit and an error.
I'll tell you what, I put it down in my scorebook as an error, and I think that'll go down as E5 right there on the throw, forcing the first baseman off the bag. Now, if it does go down as a hit for the power, it would be their first hit since the 4th inning, which was Acosta's last at bat.
Well. Yeah, exactly. It's especially at that point, we talked about any way on to try to change the momentum, the trajectory, is the ways that these pitchers are just, Herrera specifically, just rolling and rolling, mowing everybody down. All you need sometimes is a little bit of change, and that's it right there. They'll take that with Acosta. Great hustle there, not ever fading. We often see a lot of hitters, if they ground out, just accept defeat at that point, but great hustle there from Acosta.
Yeah, once you get one guy on, it might get contagious, as I said earlier, and especially on the mound, you have a guy who may not be as good out of the stretch as he is in the windup, and that might cause some, informalities in delivery and might force him to get a little bit wild there, as you saw on the first pitch in ball 1.
And a good time to reach base is Acosta. Acosta's the leadoff hitter. Now bring up number 2 hitter in Caden Richards, who we mentioned yesterday's game had a home run.
For Richards, don't need a home run in this situation. This ballpark, if you're swinging for a home run, it's more than likely going to turn on to a pop out anyways. Love for Richards to do what he did yesterday and go oppo. Doesn't have to be a homer, but has to, find some green grass and keep the runners moving.
Definitely want to keep the line moving here as your leadoff hitter in Acosta reach. Richards looking to reach, and then you got Rodriguez and Arriola to follow up behind those two.
Richards with the walk, and has also flown out to right field twice in this ball game, so he's been looking at that area all game.
And there goes Acosta, going to take off. Good pitch to run, as that one was spiked in the dirt. Desmond was able to keep it in front of him.
That's a free 90 in the first stolen base of the year for Acosta. And now puts Richards in a spot where he's got a runner in scoring position, but is also ahead in the count 3-1.
Acosta wasted no time in his first game of the season to pick up his first hit, his first RBI, and now his first stolen base.
Now, in this situation here, how aggressive are you, Richards? You know you need base runners in this situation. Are you swinging away here 3-1?
You got 3-1. They always say 3-1. That's the best pitch you're probably going to get, but obviously don't want to chase. And great job there. Not going to force Herrera to leave that one outside. Now Acosta reached by an error, and now Richards here reaches on a walk.
Got some action in the pen now for the Yaks here. And it's it's a right-handed arm. And maybe for this power team with so many lefty bats, so lefty top heavy, especially at the top part of that lineup, that might be what this power team needs to see.
Bring up right fielder Juni Rodriguez as he takes strike one on the inside corner. Rodriguez, just as shocked as I was on that strike call, he looked back right away as that one looked like it almost got a piece of him. And Rodriguez had to jump out of the way for it to not hit him, but home plate umpire calls it a strike. This one hit towards the right side. It will kick up off the glove of Velasco. 1 run's going to score. Great job there from Rodriguez to just put the ball in play. And we've seen some tough hops over there on the right side of the infield. And now Palm Springs Power just cuts the deficit to 3.
I'll call that the first official hit since the 4th inning, and that one was also a hit that probably shouldn't happen. A little bit of an Olay action there from Velasco at first base, and that is probably going to be the outing and the night here for Herrera. Some great stuff here up until the 6th inning. Got himself some misfortune here, but on that last place for Rodriguez, maybe a ball don't lie moment after that called strike call. He'll take it any way he can get it, and now for the Power, they bring up the tying run to the plate. And who else would loom to be the tying run in any scenario but the guy who did it last night in Arriola?
That's what you're looking for here. Now we're talking about one swing, could tie the game. Talking about getting it all back in one swing. And Areola last night walked it off, as we mentioned, for the Power in the bottom half of the 9th, and looking to do it here, but in a different situation here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Areola reached twice today, struck out in his last at-bat when he faced Herrera. And there's that bat that he just looked overmatched in. And now maybe seeing him a second time might give him, maybe he saw what he needed in that last at-bat and can turn in some damage here.
And the Yaks are deciding to stick with Herrera to face Areola. As you mentioned, they had a righty up and moving in, still is moving, but they'll stick with Herrera for now as he jumps ahead 0-1 against Areola.
And he just jumped out in front of that one. There was waiting for the fastball, got off speed, was a little bit too excited. Thankfully for him, just rolled foul.
Runners on first and third, one down here. Yaks lead 7-3 in the bottom half of the 7th here at Palm Springs Stadium.
It's a great take right there on 0-1. Don't want to put yourself in an 0-2 deficit here. Power, at the very least, need another run in this inning. And you got it standing 90 feet away. So any way you can get that run across would be monumental.
Herrera looking to pick up the old beautiful double play ball as Areola gets in on his hands, but should be deep enough for Richards to tag and score. And it will be, so now Power cuts the deficit to 2.
So another RBI from Areola. That one maybe just a bit off the end of the bat. You've seen him really get some good wood on the baseball so far this year. That one just missing. And that's out number 2. The tying run still at the plate and a big run there. It's exactly what the Power needed, is that run to come through. So it's 7 runs, 7 hits for the Yaks and 5 runs, 5 hits for the Power.
Don't oftentimes you see a box score lining up to, line up the way it is right now. I'll bring up the third baseman, Adam Axtell. Power have already had some big 2-out hits and looking to do that here in the bottom half of the 7th, where they've already put up 2 runs. This one spiked in the dirt and going to get behind Desmond. And Rodriguez will advance 90 feet, and here it is, just a swing away to now cutting the lead to 1, chipping away.
It's starting to chip away, wondering if that one's going to get called a pass ball or a wild pitch. I think it's going to go as a pass ball. Likely the last 2 batters Herrera faces here, the last 2 left-handed hitters here in this lineup are Axel and Conley. But with him struggling to find the plate right now, do you keep him in for the lefty-lefty matchup in Conley knowing he doesn't have his best stuff right now?
Well, depending which way you look at the game, if you like analytics, if you like the lefty-lefty matchup, we'll see how it is. The Yaks have already decided in this inning to stay with Herrera against the right-handed Areola, which led to that sac fly. But I think in this case, if Axtell does get on, I think that should be the end of the line for Herrera. And Axtell has a pretty count here in 3-1. One catches the outside corner, count now full.
So he's been going heavy outside on those last 2 pitches, both clipping the outside corner, both getting called strikes. And now a massive payoff pitch coming.
Don't be surprised here. Those 2 fastball outside corner, don't be surprised if he drops in a slider to try to get the chase of Axtell. Go with the fastball, but with this one, a frozen rope out to Rios, and it kicks off Rios' glove. Rodriguez going to score. Axtell sliding into second base. Yaks now just lead 7-6 here in the bottom half of the 7th.
There's life here at Palm Springs Stadium. A crooked number. They're not done yet. I think that one might have actually been a slider. You touched on it perfectly, trying to go with that slider on the outside portion of the plate, trying to get a swing and miss. And it's almost as if Axel heard you or something, because he went right after that pitch, seemingly knowing what was coming.
And he was right on
and
time.
And got a great piece of it right on time, right up the middle. And with it getting past the center fielder in Rios, turns it into extra bases. And I don't think they'll give him the chance to face Conley, despite it being a lefty-lefty matchup.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the end of the line, but they are looking over still at the Power dugout to see who is coming up to play. As we can look down there, we see Matthew McCarty with the bat in his hand.
Yeah, but you see the dugout out for the Yaks, so you know that it's the end of the line here for Herrera, who's giving them some great stuff here. Nothing to hang your head too hot or hang your head too low about if you're Herrera with the outing that you just had. Had some misfortune in that last inning, but put your team in a prime position to win. May have just gotten stretched out a little bit too long.
And that will be the end of the line, and we'll be right back after this pitching change.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine in or take out. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
And we're back here after the pitching change from the Utah Yaks. So we're going to get a pinch hitter here for the Power. It's going to be number 12, Matthew McCarty.
McCarty, another one of those guys that Casey Dills loves because he brings speed to this team. And he brings some great contact skills with another base hit being not all this Power team would need, but it would take a lot of stress off this team's back if they can just knot this one up in a heartbeat in this frame with a big 2-out rally.
And this one hit on a line to center. It's going to drop in front of Rios. Here comes the play at the plate, and it'll be in to score, and the Power have tied this game at 7 here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Blink and you missed it. A 4-run rally for this Power team with the last 2 hits and the last 2 runs coming with 2 outs. So just when it seemed this team was down and out, this team is never down and out, and it's another what's looking to be a very exciting finish here at Palm Springs Stadium. 7 runs, 7 hits for both sides, and we're knotted at 7s, which makes me think we might want to go to Agua Caliente tonight and see if we can get some 7s on the slot machine.
And remember how this big inning started was on that throwing error for Costa to reach base. This one to left and going to be caught by Malmstrom, but not before the Power, when they seem down and out, put up a 4 spot here in the bottom half of the 7th to tie this game at 7. We'll be back heading to the top half of the 8th.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City.
We're back here at Palm Springs Stadium here in the top half of the 8th inning, where this game is now tied 7-7 thanks to power offense putting up a crooked number there in the bottom half of the 7th.
Yeah, 7-7 in the 7th. Or past the 7th, after 7, I should say. And now we head to the top of the 8th with the Yaks looking to get it right back. And it seems like any time the Power have gotten anything going offensively, the Yaks have responded. It was after they scored 2 in the first, the Yaks responded with 4. And after
Bachman dribbles that one. He's playing with the line there. Home plate umpire comes in, makes the call. That ball was foul. That would have been an easy out there.
But back to my point, when the Power scored 1 in the 4th, the Yaks responded with 2 in the 5th. So with how the patterns are going, and we're hoping this is how the pattern goes, Power scored 4 in the 7th. And according to the trends, it would be an 8-run 8th as a response by the Yaks. Now, that would be pretty insurmountable and something that we don't expect to happen here. That's just how the math's looking right now.
And so far, though, Petersheim has came on relief and has done absolute work. And hoping to continue on that trend here in the 8th.
Yeah, with the way he's been throwing and no one throwing in the Palm Springs pen other than just the catcher maybe getting some loose work here, playing a game of catch. It's 2-2. So got someone not in uniform warming up in the Power bullpen right now, and thinking that someone may be going later on in the season, just getting an early season bullpen.
This one's lifted, but it's going to be lifted foul towards first base stance.
That foul ball sponsored by Dependable Auto Glass, family owned.
And reminder, fans, that got another game tomorrow here at Palm Springs Stadium. Got our local heroes, the Fire and Police Department, coming out playing a game against your Power.
It's always put on a great event there, always for a great cause as well. Should be a beautiful, fun Sunday here. That first pitch going to be at 5:30. A little bit earlier, and then it only goes 7 innings instead of 9. Count now full to Bachman. Here comes the 3-2. And he gets Bachman to chase on that one. Had him looking silly there. Great pitch there from Petersheim for out number 1.
3 straight punch-outs, all swinging, and that one was ball 4 from the minute it left his hand, but Bachman maybe trying to do too much here with the game being knotted up here at 7, trying to get that big hit, trying to get himself to be the go-ahead run and get himself aboard, but in trying to do that, got too over-anxious and eliminated himself by being the leadoff batter to reach.
Now it's going to be the 9-hitter for the Yaks, Angel Rios.
Rios, who was looking to maybe make up for that play he had in center field. The ball got past him, and that runner on second base ended up scoring on a single. And with that run looming large, with it being the tying run, Rios would like to do anything he can in his power to make sure that run isn't the tying run anymore.
It looked like there that foul ball hit straight back of Michelson's mask behind the plate, so home plate umpire giving him some time, going to walk out the ball to Petersheim. Appears everything will be okay. We'll be right back to play. It's 1-1. There's that slider again from Petersheim, how he got Bachman to strike out with that chase.
That slider has been filth today. It's been probably his number 1 pitch.
There it is again, and he'll get the call there. Rios disagrees, shakes his head out of disgust, but count now even, 2-2.
And with how effective he has been at locating the slider, you wonder maybe after going outside, all the hitters thinking is outside slider, do you maybe go inside and try and freeze him with that slider?
100% I agree with that one, but Petersheim going to try again with that slider outside, but you definitely could go with that heater in, maybe get a broken bat going, a little jam piece. See here, 3-2, another slider, and that one just misses the outside corner, and Rios will work a walk, and now the lineup will flip to the top of the lineup for the Yaks. It's Jake Mortensen.
It may be a few sliders too many by not mixing in that fastball there. Rios, as most hitters do, if you're not getting a fastball, you're not going to chase it, and Rios not doing that, and he'll take his free pass. He'll be that go-ahead run standing at first base, but if you're a Yaks fan right now, you got to be thinking that last at-bat with Bachman, if he doesn't swing at ball four, you'd have 2 on, nobody out here, and it would be a lot more of a high-stress situation here for the Power.
And also, too, as hitters get going and you continue to see pitch after pitch, the same pitch, you start to get a little bit comfortable, and that pitch becomes less effective, and Rios going to take off there, but no one covering the bag. Acosta was late, and now I'm going to go to center, and here Rios trying to extend extra 90 feet, and he'll be in there sliding. So maybe a little bit miscommunication there of who was covering the bag between Acosta and Richards, which allowed that ball to go to center to Artis. Strong throw from Artis, but Rios slides into third, and now we'll see here if Power defense is going to play up to try to cut off that run.
So I think that one will go down as an E2, and it really probably shouldn't, unfortunately, for the new backstop in the game for the Power. It's just kind of how it went down, as now the infield crawls in, trying to prevent that go-ahead run from scoring. As you mentioned, miscommunication there, no one covering the bag. I think that's got to be the shortstop who gets there. The throw down was there, is in a great spot. It was really, I'd say, a perfect throw, except for the fact that no one in the field was there.
Here comes the 1-2. Strikeout, the best outcome that could happen here if you're Petersheim. Count even now, 2-2. And he gets Morrison to strike out swinging. Biggest strikeout for the night for Petersheim. Now 2 outs here will now bring up the big power bat of Emmett Desmond, who already has a home run in this game.
Morrison goes down swinging for the second time in this game. So after a 4-for-5 effort yesterday, he's 1-for-5. And for Petersheim, he's really moving with the ball. He gets it, and he's throwing right away. He's wasting no time out there on the mound. A big strikeout there for out number 2. Infield back to normal depth, and they look to get one more out. One more pitch gets it done in any sort of facet here for Petersheim. You just got to get this out.
It's going to be a tough out. We've seen Desmond have some beautiful at-bats in this game, but starts him off with a fastball for strike 1, and he'll go back inside, and they'll take a look over, and they'll say, no, he didn't swing.
It's been going with more of that fastball here down in the counts here and down to these top of the lineup bats. You didn't see him throwing any sliders to the lefty and Morrison, and he hasn't gone with any sliders so far here to Desmond.
That's been all fastballs so far, and Desmond, the home run pitch he hit out to dead center was a fastball, but we'll see here. That's 3 fastballs in a row. We'll see if he mixes it up, and he'll go with the fastball again, the outside corner for strike 2. Deuce is wild here in the top half of the 8th here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Great spot. You feel like this is where you got to try and slow him down on 2-2.
Yeah, be surprised if you see that sharp slider come into play. And he'll stick with the fastball, but just misses outside. Count now full. So all 5 pitches have been fastballs. Sam with 3-2 count. Now do you whip out that nasty slider?
I feel like he should, but the way Petersheim has been going, he's been double and tripling up on his pitch. He's going to go with it again.
And he goes with the fastball and misses outside. So great at-bat there from Desmond. He's been working those great counts all night long. And he'll pass the baton over to Bodie Goins.
I don't hate that idea there. Desmond has done damage all night. You've mentioned the home run, but he's reached in 3 of his plate appearances, and he just does a great job of putting the ball in play. Now you got a guy in Goins who's 0-for-4 in the ballgame with 2 strikeouts, a little bit more of a favorable matchup as opposed to Desmond. So you don't give him anything in the zone that's too hittable, and you make the next guy try and beat you.
And Petersheim again starts off with the fastball, and that one fouled out of play. It's a huge at-bat here for Goins. Falls behind 0-1. One outside. Count now even, 1-1.
Ball, a strike, 2 outs with ducks on the pond for the Yaks. Needless to say how big of a high leverage situation this is for Petersheim.
There is that slider, finally breaks it out, but the miss is high.
Try going inside with it as now dirt gets in the eye of the power catcher.
Now we'll see here if Petersheim will decide to double up on it. Biggest at-bat of the game so far. Goins lays off. Now in that hitter-friendly count, 3-1.
And now for the fans, and especially the Little Leaguers who are in the house tonight here for Little League night here at Palm Springs Stadium, they are dialed in right now. Big pitch coming up here on the 3-1.
There it is, going to be called strike on the outside corner. So 3-2. We're going to see Desmond over there, runner at first, going to be taken off on the pitch.
Yeah.
3-2, 2 outs. Goes the pitch for Petersheim. There's that slider dribbled softly. Going to be a tough play, and it's going to hit off the glove of Axtell. And that will go down as another error for the Power. And now the Yaks now lead 8-7 here in the top half of the 8th.
I won't being scored as a hit. I think it should be scored as a hit. That one, a slow roller right there. It looked like trouble right off the bat, and trouble it was.
Yeah, probably ruled as a hit because either way, if Axtell comes up with it, it would be a tough play to be able to throw out Goins there.
So now the go-ahead run coming across, another 2-out run has come across the plate, and the Yaks, just as quickly as they lost the lead, get it right back.
We'll see a mound visit here to try to settle down Petersheim. He's just 1 out away from getting out of it. Hopefully get your offense back up to the plate to try to tie the game or take the lead.
So 2 walks in this inning, and that was the first hit on the inning for the Yaks. So letting those self-inflicted errors coming back to bite you has been the Power all game. And they're hoping their offense, which has been the Yaks, get their pitchers out of tough scenarios. If you're the Power, you feel like 7 runs should win you a ball game, but it's been the Yaks offense who's been that much better answering to the bell. And we've been talking about it all game, how the runs and the hits have been even, and it's been exactly that so far in this game, all game long, and it continues to go along to that trend as we're here in the 8th inning.
Now, runners at first and second, 2 outs. Petersheim just 1 out away from getting out of it. Will bring up Ruben Velasco.
Velasco, who has had his duties of being beer batter of the game not exactly revoked, but it has ended since it's no longer the 7th inning.
Now he falls behind Velasco 2-0. Velasco looking for something good, and he fouls that one straight back. He's definitely on the timing of Petersheim.
And if you're Petersheim, you're seeing that he's starting to be on that fastball a little bit. Need that slider to be in a good spot. Try and even this count. That slider beautifully located. That one went inside on him.
Front door. Beautiful pitch. Front door slider. Tied up the hands of Velasco. Deuces are wild again.
So you'd love for him, after going inside with the slider, maybe go outside with it and get him swinging at air.
And they go back to the slider, left it in the middle of the play. Base hits a Conley. They're going to wave the runner home. There's going to be a play at the plate. It's going to kick off the glove of Michelson. 1 run will score, and Velasco will advance another 90 feet after it bounces off the glove of Michelson. If Michelson can corral that one in, he would have been out at the plate, and Power would have been out of the inning. But now the Yaks now lead 9-7.
A great throw right there. Just could not get the runner at the plate. Bounce it away from Michelson. 9-7 here. As now 2 more runners in scoring position here. Petersheim needs to leave it right where it's at. He's had a couple of innings of zeros. Now in his 3rd inning of work, as did Herrera, starting to run into trouble.
Now going to bring up Stocktown folks for the Yaks, and Yaks can continue on with that damage here as they have runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Just missed the outside corner. Count now 1-1.
And it's a Power team who is more than capable of putting runs up in bunches. So for the Yaks, you want to get as many insurance runs in this scenario as possible to try and alleviate as much pressure as you can on your arms coming in to face this tough Power offense.
And Sam, you had mentioned it, the way the pattern of the game was going, Power scores, and Yaks put up a spot, and that's exactly what happens here again in the 8th.
It's been all with 2 outs here, too, for the Yaks.
It's a swing and a miss there, does Petersheim. And we'll go deuces a wild again here in the 8th. It hasn't been very lucky every time the deuces have been wild for the Power.
Yeah, maybe if they get another base hit here, you're going to have to find a new catchphrase here.
Yep. I have to drop that one. There seems to be bad luck. Oh, and that one looked like it caught the outside corner there. Home plate umpire says no. Count now full.
Michelson framed outside there, made that pitch maybe look a little bit better than it did. Power have thought they've been out of the inning a couple of times, and it's turned into runs.
3-2. Folks lays off, and now bases will be loaded for Corbin Goal. But that could be the end of the line here for Petersheim.
Indeed it is. So Petersheim was very ineffective in his first 2 innings.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
And we're back here in the top half of the 8th inning after the pitching change from the Power. And replacing Petersheim is number 2, Alexander Oliver, who we saw come in and pitch in relief in yesterday night's game.
tough situation for Oliver to come in. Sacks packed with Yaks. And they're already behind 1-0. You cannot walk this guy, nowhere to put him. So you got to attack and hope your defense can back you up.
And Goal takes a big hack at that one. Goal has a run batted in already in this game and looking to pick up 2 more.
2 hits, 2 strikeouts for Goal.
It's back-to-back whiffs for Goal. And Oliver now ahead, 1-2.
Yeah, it's been 2 strikes for the last 4 batters for the Power and have been unable to find that 3rd strike pitch. Looking to find it here.
And Goal will lift this one in shallow right. It's fading. Coming in hard is Rodriguez, and what a diving play from Rodriguez. A full sprint. And he Supermans for out number 3 here in the top half of the 8th, but not before the Yaks pick up 2. They now lead 9-7.
It's a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars.
And we're back here in the bottom half of the 8th inning here at Palm Springs Stadium, where the Utah Yaks lead the Palm Springs Power 9-7. After, in the bottom half of the 7th, the Power put up a 4 spot to tie the game, and now in the top half of the 8th, the Yaks put up a 2 spot to retake the lead.
And it's Michelson up for the Power, and they need Michelson to come up with a big hit here. His second at-bat of the day, flew out in his previous plate appearance after coming into pinch hit.
Let's hope here that the Power can match that 2 spot after they put up a crooked number in the 7th. This one driven a long ways, but foul towards first base side.
So quickly, 2 strikes here on Michelson. Also plays a bit of outfield in his time with the UNC Asheville Bulldogs, but a primary catcher and has been solid in that spot with the Bulldogs.
1-2 here. This one hit towards the right side and through for a base hit. That's exactly what the Power needed. They want to mount another comeback here in tonight's game.
Doing exactly his job, and you see why his on-base percentage was nearly at 500 this college season with the Bulldogs in over 42 games played. Had 137 at-bats, made the most of it at 42 hits, but also found himself getting aboard a lot with 37 walks, so almost as many walks as hit. So he has a great eye for the plate, knows when to swing, when not to swing with that catcher's vision. And right now, right there with 2 strikes, just trying to attack, trying to put any contact on, and just pokes one the opposite way and gets a huge leadoff knock for the Power.
And now bring up Alex Jassa, who came in to pinch hit earlier in this game. Good pitch there from Duggan to tie up the hands.
Opportunity for Yasso as the tying run right now. Alexander Yasso, primary first baseman. He's quickly behind 0-2.
There go right back inside. Yasso finds a way to put the hands inside, but that one towards the left field bleachers. Foul.
Good piece, just hooked it foul.
It's a great job to get the hands inside, beat the ball to the spot. Just a little bit out in front there. Still have to protect here as he's still down 0-2. There's the off speed, got him frozen on the outside corner for out number 1 in the top or bottom half of the 8th.
Yeah, Yasso not happy with that strike 3 call, but that one was served on a silver platter for him. Just wasn't expecting the spot. And a big first out there for the Yaks.
Now flip over to the top of the lineup for the Power. Brings up Jeremiah Acosta.
Acosta, base hit, reached on an error and a double play in this game.
This one hit sharply, but just foul. Just to the right of the first base side.
That one had extra bases written all over. If it drops very likely 3 with the speed of Acosta. Can't get it to fall. Instead, just behind 0-1. But already on the new arm for the Yaks.
This one just misses. Count even 1-1.
Yaks dugout liked the pitch, but the umpire did not. So pitch that was low and was called for a ball. 1-1. The big bat, or a big run, I should say, excuse me, standing at first base. Every pitch, the Power chasing outs matters.
This one, Duggan has been attacking these hitters with that fastball inside. Ties up the hands of
He's been doing
Acosta.
a good job of mixing up locations. Gone inside, he's gone outside on these hitters. And for Acosta, who is one of these guys on the team who has tremendous bat-to-ball skills, he's hoping he can just put any sort of contact on the ball and put it in play.
And that one catches the outside corner for strike 3. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Duggan, and both of them are going to be backwards Ks.
Strikeouts looking when the Power need the most. In this situation, you need to swing the bat, and couldn't do so with 2 strikes. That one was a borderline pitch with it being such a close game, and with 2 strikes, can't put it in the hands of the umpires. You got to try and do it yourself, and unfortunately for Acosta, could not. His first strikeout of the night.
So after the leadoff base hit from Michelson, see back-to-back strikeouts after that. Great job by Duggan to bounce back to giving off that leadoff single.
So Richards, 2 walks in this game, has come around to score on both those walks, and 2 flyouts, both coming to right field, with Rodriguez standing on deck.
See if Power have any other 2-out magic here in the 8th.
Fooled by a fastball right there is Richards. Maybe taking he saw a strike, but in this situation, if you see a hitter's pitch that you like, you gotta attack on it.
Comes the 1-1. Richards sends a drive out to right. Going back is Bachman, and it's out of here! Richards with his 2nd home run of the season. Back-to-back games with a home run for Richards, and similar spot as to yesterday night's game. Ball didn't look like it had a chance, but it keeps going back, and it's out of here.
2nd home run in as many days for the UNLV Rebel, Caden Richards. Both of them have been Oppo tacos. His first one wasn't a gimme, although it got caught up in the wind. That one definitely got caught up in the wind, blowing from left to right, just clearing the fence out there in right field. Hit whatever little platform was up there right over the wall behind that Faith Like Noah sign. But they don't ask you how. It looks the same in the box score. It could have been a 450-foot home run, and it looks the same in the box score as it did as a 350-foot home run for Richards. But a big swing, a monumental one in this game for Richards, and we are tied once more.
What a swing there from Richards in this back and forth game. Power strike first, and then the Yaks back in the second inning put up a 4 spot, and it seemed like it was all Yaks from there until the Power's crooked number in the 7th. And then yet again the Yaks find a way to retake the lead, and now the Power match them again with a 2 spot in the bottom half of the 8th.
And I know how you've been loving how the scoreboard's been looking all day. 9 runs, 9 hits for both sides. It was 7 runs on 8 hits for the Power before that swing, so it was looking like we were going to lose our nice little pattern. And Richards said, no thanks, and put a nice charge into it. So this has got to be a promising sight for the Rebels coaching staff at UNLV, seeing their guy in Richards go back-to-back games with the home run, and not only that, both of them going the opposite way. And in a ballpark like this where it really takes pop, showing off that true power that Richards possesses. And you don't get that too often from a second base position, a second baseman with just pop that can take you way out of the yard no matter where you're playing at.
And there's no short porch here at Palm Springs Stadium, both down the left field and right field line, both 350. And Richards has done it twice down the right field line. Now Rodriguez falls behind 1-2. One in the dirt, count even.
2 balls, 2 strikes. But back on Richards, that was his 3rd run scored of the game, counting for a 3rd of the Power's offense. Now bringing up Rodriguez, who has 2 runs in this ball game, so it's been the top of the lineup, really producing for the Power.
That one counts to the outside corner for strike 3. All 3 outs come by the K for Duggan. But the Power battle back again by Richards. 2-run home run to tie the game, 9-9 heading to the top half of the ninth.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
We're back here in the top half of the 9th inning, and his score is 9-9. And leading off for the Yaks is going to be, we're going to get a pinch hitter for the Yaks. It's going to be number 11, Jacob DeVries. He'll start this one off. That one just foul. Just right side over first base bag.
So DeVries already behind in the count, 2-0. If you're just joining us, you've missed a lot of fireworks already. 2 home runs in this game, 1 by each side. Caden Richards the latest That one just came in the bottom half of the 8th.
And that one's going to bloop right over the head of Richards for a pinch hit single for DeVries.
And that's a great two-strike approach right there. Just choke up on the bat. Just try and put the ball in play any way you can. When you put it in play, good things happen. That exact thing happened for DeVries.
Now I'll bring up the right fielder, number 31, DJ Bachman.
DeVries standing at first base. No relation to the Indiana basketball coach, Darren DeVries. But right now standing as a big base runner, the go-ahead run, standing 270 feet away from home.
We'll see here if they'll try to put DeVries on the move to get that runner in scoring position, so hopefully the Yaks can strike. Nothing going so far. There's strike one from Oliver.
So Oliver's, the struggle for him isn't throwing strikes, it's throwing effective strikes. Didn't have the best 0-2 pitch causing a hit for the Yaks.
Just squared a bunt, but Bachman going to foul it straight back.
And you wonder there, after not bunting on the first 2 pitches, if that was more of trying to be a sacrifice bunt or that was trying to bunt for a hit.
Almost seemed, too, that DeVries was taken off on the pitch as well, so.
Little hit and run action.
Yeah.
Wonder maybe try and get that runner to third base, depending on where the throw goes, but no matter because the bunt was popped foul.
Count now 1-2. DeVries stays put, and he locks up Bachman for strike 3. Great pitch there from Oliver to freeze Bachman for out number 1 here in the 9th.
Big strikeout right there for out number 1. And it's been the Power who've been punched out looking all game long, so it's got to feel good for the Power Arms to get one the other way. And a big first out here in this 9th inning.
We'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Yaks, Angel Rios, and then due up is the top half of the lineup. DeVries stays put at first. That's something to keep an eye out as this inning continues to go along. Is DeVries going to take off?
So Power pitchers have 12 strikeouts in this ball game, 10 of them swinging, only 2 of them looking, including that last one.
This one hit sharply. Foul.
So for the Power pitchers, at least seemingly throughout this game, it's the Yaksers who haven't really been fooled. They've been swinging away maybe a little bit too aggressive, but it's hard to say a team's been too aggressive when they have 9 runs on 10 hits. A slugfest for both sides so far. It's been a fun one here at Palm Springs Stadium.
As that one bounces in the dirt, good read by DeVries to take an extra 90 feet, and now a runner in scoring position for the Yaks. One swing of bat again, and they can retake the lead. Every time the Power have just came crawling back, tying the game, the Yaks have not let it.
They haven't let
shy away, really.
Yeah, they haven't let them get the lead at all in this ball game, with the exception of that first inning.
Comes a 2-1 from Oliver. Good pitch there, fastball on the outside corner.
For the fans who may have missed last night's ball game, there's a walk-off home run for the Power in the bottom of the 9th inning. So maybe here tonight in this 2-game series, in the finale of it, it's the Yaks looking for some 9th inning magic of their own.
And another pass ball there.
I think that one's going to go down as a wild pitch.
That one caught the glove of Michelson and got by. Allowed DeVries advance to third. And now Power defense is forced to play in to try to cut off the run.
So we saw this in the last inning. They came in, they got the out, the big strikeout, and with 2 outs was when the rally started.
This one got inside of the hands of Rios. And now Oliver looking for that big strikeout. Just one pitch away from it, also one pitch away from a walk.
And now while you usually say a walk wouldn't kill you in this situation, the leadoff hitter in Morrison on deck, who is due.
This one hit sharply at Acosta. Backhand to the plate. And they cut the runner off at the plate. Great play there from Acosta and great pick and tag from Michelson behind the dish.
Potentially a game-saving play from Acosta. What a smart heads-up play. Great management there from Casey Dill to bring the infield in. And usually in that situation, if you're any infielder, you're feeling like, oh, now you know this ball's going to come to me. Acosta prepared perfectly for the situation. An absolute dart of a throw. And out number 2. But it was with 2 outs where the Yaks had their damage last time. So this one far from over.
And now be the Yaks leadoff hitter, Mortensen. And a great play there by Acosta to cut off the run, but not out of it yet as Rios on first, has some speed. See if he definitely takes off here to try to get in scoring position.
Yeah, threat is still imminent for sure. Some good, not great speed there on the base paths in Rios. But as I mentioned earlier, Mortensen definitely
There goes Rios. Throw it down from Michelson. And he'll be in there safely. Now there it is again, like I mentioned. Power not out of it yet. Great job by Rios to get a good jump there. And now Mortensen looking for a big hit here to retake the lead for the Yaks.
Go ahead run in scoring position once more for the second time this inning for the Yaks. And by any means for Mortensen. Went 4 for 5 yesterday in the ball game. And he'd love on a day where he has not played his best game, only 1 for 5 as a pair of strikeouts. Or I'm sorry, 1 for 5.
Nice
Looking
off-speed
for a good
pitch.
2-strike approach now.
Change there from Oliver.
Could argue the biggest pitch of the game. 2 balls, 2 outs, 2 strikes. The runner on second.
And strike 3 got Mortensen looking. Great job by Oliver and the power defense to keep this game tied 9-9. We'll see if they can walk it off again for the second straight night.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
We're back here in the bottom half of the ninth inning with this game tied even at 9. And leadoff hitter for the Power is going to be Noah Areola, who was the walk-off hero in opening night for the Power with a 3-run walk-off bomb. Let's see here, folks, if he can do it again in game number 2 of the season.
For Areola, you can have a better start to your season. As far as situations go, hit the walk-off homer last night, and this is what every kid dreams of. Tie game in the bottom of the 9th, and you have a chance to win it. Let's see if Areola can do it again. Setting the scene after last night, do we get deja vu?
Comes the 1-0. Quickly falls behind 2-0 does Duggan.
Leadoff walk would be killer here. Ariola's 3 RBIs were the deciding factor in last night's game in the 9th inning. Here tonight, he only needs 1, just as he did last night. Tie game in both situations for him.
Great take there from Ariola. Now ahead 3-0. We'd like to assume that he does not have the green light. You don't want to chase anything, but
it's too early in the season to give someone a green light here.
100% hold off on this 3-0. Wait till Duggan gives you a strike. But Ariola does have the green light there as he fouls it straight back.
I think Ariola, obviously being one of Casey Dill's guys, playing at COD, he has a little bit more leniency. Dill knows what he can bring to the table, so he gave him the green light, trusting his guy. He had 3 home runs this past season with the Roadrunners, but a .373 average, which is something a little more appeasing.
He's already halfway there. He already has 1. He had 3 all of last season for COD, so great start for the summer for Ariola. Strike on the outside corner. Saw Ariola, thought that was ball 4, was ready to toss the bat. Count is now full, 3-2.
That one definitely could have gone either way. Ariola thought it was ball 4. Now you got to protect the zone here, anything close, knowing that it's a little bit more of an expanded zone here this evening.
Here comes the 3-2 to Ariola. This one sky high towards Bachman's in shallow right. And it's going to find some green grass over there. Ariola with the single. Should have been caught there out there from Bachman. And if you are the Yaks, you want Bachman to come in and make that play instead of Goal ranging back. Easier play for Bachman.
Looked like trouble off the bat. And as you mentioned, Bachman didn't get a great jump on it. Really making it a tough play for Goal there. That's a tough play for any second baseman to make, and you'd like Bachman to make that play, but with how deep this outfield is and how spacious it is, playing pretty far back, and by the time he can try and get a play to the ball, it's far too late. It drops in between the Bermuda Triangle of Yaks, and now it's the Power going with a pinch runner here to try and maybe steal a bag and get that go-ahead run into scoring position.
And now we're going to see a pinch runner here for the Power is going to be number 10, Tyler Barsness. So put some speed on the bases. Barsness from the University of Redlands, and they'll check on Barsness right away.
And pinch running for the Power.
Heard it's a nice little campus there. I feel like you know some things about it.
I do. I'm a broadcaster over there at the University of Redlands, so I definitely know what Barsness can apply his speed to the base pass, and looking for that here. That's why manager Casey Dill made that change, and we'll see him taking off soon.
You don't want to set him on that first pitch, but especially with nobody out, but if you feel like this situation permits it, you go for it. It's going low a lot.
If anything, this is your pitch right here. 1-1 count. I think this is where, if you're a Barsness, this is where you might want to find. Hopefully you saw 2 pitches. Now you see the rhythm of Duggan. See if you can time him up. Axel at the plate for the Power. Barsness will stay put. Axel now falls behind 1-2.
Now where it seems like it's going to be an off-speed pitch coming here, is this maybe the time where you send him?
Well, if it is an off-speed pitch, it'd be a great time to go. But you never know always, too, with 1-2 count, how often do pitchers try to run that high fastball, and that would be out of sorts, and Barsness will stay put again. It's another fastball, but just misses the outside corner.
Similar spot, couldn't get a similar result. Now we'll go with it once more. This time the count even, 2-2. That go-ahead runner still standing at first base.
And gets Axel to pop it up, and it's going to be the third baseman, Folks, to get the first out of the inning.
Gonna go down F5 here. And with 1 out, brings up the switch hitter in Matthew McCate.
Matthew McCate, great. We've talked about great contact skills. Bat to ball is impeccable. And here's the time here where with McCate's bat to ball skills and Barsness' speed, you could see a little bit of hit and run action here if you're the Power.
Now it may be unconventional with 1 out. But with how far back the defense has shifted, would you even consider a bunt?
Yeah, I don't. probably not a bunt here with Makati. He'd rather him just swing it away, just especially how well he handles that bat. And Makati, not a guy that they're shifting over almost to the right side pole, but Makati can spray the ball all over the yard. Bars is still not going, and Makati didn't want to swing. It's a check swing there. Home play umpire is going to say a fair ball, but Makati staying put that it got hit off his foot. And now we're going to get an argument here from manager Casey Dill and home play umpire. Now umpires are going to come together to talk about whether or not that was a foul ball or not.
So with how late it's gotten in the game, the batter's box is essentially non-existent, so it's kind of hard to tell when that ball got him and if it got him in the box or not.
And they're going to call Makati out. They're saying it did not hit his foot, but it does advance Barzis up to second base, and it'll bring up John Artis. So Power's still in play for a walk-off hit here.
So now this is essentially who it will come down to. It's Artis in a righty-righty matchup.
That one in there for strike one.
Michelson on deck for the Power if it comes to it. Before anything, we'll get a meeting on the mound, maybe to potentially discuss the scouting report on Artis. Fans starting to get into it here. The go-ahead run standing 180 feet away.
Looking for a big swing here from Artis. Back-to-back nights with the walk-off for the Power. This one with the drive to left. Going back. It is caught at the wall by Malmstrom. What a catch there. Thought it was another night of a walk-off home run, but it comes up just a foot shy. Caught at the wall from Malmstrom. This game tied 9-9. We're heading to extras. Welcome back, fans, here to extra innings here at Palm Springs Stadium, where this game is tied at 9. Utah Yaks with 9 runs on 10 hits. Palm Springs Power with 9 runs on 10 hits. And we just were a foot away from back-to-back nights from a walk-off home run for the Power. It was John Artis who put a good ride on that ball, but it was Malmstrom who caught it just at the wall.
Yeah, so instead we get our first extra innings contest of the year for either side here in Game 2 of the season. It's a Power team who you said just came up short of winning the ball game in the last half inning. They're hoping their pitching can get them another 0 and give them another chance to win it. A little bit of a surprise here, at least for me here in this league. We're in California. It's the California Premier Collegiate League, and despite that, we're not playing California rules. There's no runner on second to start the extra inning.
And it's Desmond here at the plate who already has a home run in this game, so he, with one swing of the bat, he can change that scoreboard real fast.
Maybe being a little bit careful of Desmond in the box right here.
3-1 count, looking for something good to hit, but can't pull the trigger on that one. Now count full.
Didn't get a hitter's pitch right there for Desmond. Probably best case scenario to just watch that one go by and get a called strike. You get another chance and you swing at that one, you likely get jammed, and that's out number 1.
Comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 1 here in extras.
Yeah, big strikeout here to start the top half of the 10th inning here at Palm Springs Stadium. Nothing more critical than getting that first batter out and getting a really tough hitter in Desmond out, arguably the best hitter on the day for the Yaks. Doesn't get any easier with the heart of the lineup up, and it's the 3-hole hitter in Goins.
Oliver starts him off with a breaking ball for strike 1. And Oliver got the win in last night's game, came in for relief, just pitched 1 inning on 1 walk and 2 Ks.
Now, Goins checks out of the game now. 1 for 5 day, and that'll do it for him with the new pinch hitter in the ball game for the Yaks. It's Bauer Williams. Yep. The name like Bauer, obviously Bauer, a big hockey equipment company. You'd expect him maybe to be playing hockey, but here on the baseball diamond here today is Bauer. And he's looking to come off the bench and make his presence known here for the Yaks.
Takes a big rip at that one, trying to do exactly what you just said, Sam, but swings and misses, and now Oliver in control.
Well, the presence is definitely felt right there, but that might have been just because we got a nice breeze in the broadcast booth.
That was a big hack, and we've been saying it all night long. These Yaks have been taking some big swings, and this one fouled off.
Some yak hacks?
Yak hacks. We've definitely seen yak hacks. We saw Desmond go deep out to dead center for a solo shot, and we've also see them spray the ball really all over the yard as well.
A lot of strikeouts for them as well.
An up high count. Back-to-back hitters where Oliver has gone to 3-2 counts. He got Desmond to strike out swinging. Can he strike out Williams? Yes, he does. Back-to-back Ks from Oliver.
Make that 3 straight Ks for Oliver dating back to the 9th inning. These last 2 have been swinging to start this 10th inning. Huge outing for Oliver so far, and that's strikeout number 15 on the day for power pitchers.
So what a weird stat line, how all the strikeouts racking up for power pitchers, but then also you look at the other side, also gave up 9 runs on 10 hits.
Well, that's just kind of how the game of baseball is nowadays with baseball. You get a lot of strikeouts here, and with over 50% of their outs coming via the strikeout, that's really where this game is shifting nowadays.
This one a dribble over to Axtell. Way to cut it off on the bounce. Throw over to first for out number 3. A great 1-2-3 inning in extras from Oliver. Game remains tied 9-9. Welcome back here to Palm Springs Stadium here in extra innings here on a Saturday night where this game is tied 9-9, and the Yaks went 1-2-3 in the top half of the 10th. Now Power just one run away from back-to-back wins, walk-off wins, I should say. And this one smacked towards the left field gap. It's going to get down. Michelson going to chug for 2. It's going to hit off the wall, but he'll have a stand-up double here for Michelson.
And for Michelson, a big double there, right there, but you would have loved to see him maybe get a bigger lead around second base. First baseman wasn't trailing him right there, so take a big lead, cause some chaos on the bases, but nonetheless, you get your go-ahead runner in scoring position to start off the inning.
Great
now
piece hitting there.
You get a bunt here and get him to third base. Anything will score that run.
And it's now Jasso up to play, came in this game as a pinch hitter. It's a new pitcher on the mound also for the Yaks. Jasso's hacking early.
Yeah, so that one a little bit to our right.
Eden Blanco, number 37, on the mound for the Yaks. So the Power were walk-off winners on opening night last night, looking to do it again here. It's ball away, count even 1-1.
One ball, one strike to Alexander Yasso. Into Maces High School from Southgate, California.
Here comes a 1-1. And this one spiked. It's going to be a wild pitch. So Michelson will advance to third. And now just 90 feet away from a Power win.
Yeah, with nobody out, anything scores him. You know the infield's going to be coming in right here. Yasso just plops one over the infield. That's all this team will need.
Yaks defense, infield coming in, the outfield playing shallow, so anything deep enough is for sure going to be deep enough for, and that's a hit to the gap, and it's down! The Power back-to-back days with walk-off wins, this time due from Alexander Jasso. The Power win 10-9 over the Utah Yaks, and they take both games in the series.
That's a Power win.
What a crazy ball game that we had here tonight after the Power struck early with 2 runs, and then the Yaks bounced back with 4 runs in the second, and they were really mostly in control for most of the game until the bottom half of the 7th, where the Power put up a 4 spot to tie the game at 7. Then in the 8th inning, both sides scored a pair of runs to tie the game at 9. And there was a walk-off hit for Jasso in extras. Power take down the Yaks 10-9. Thank you all for joining me. My name is Ethan Oliveras, and for Sam Egan as well, we thank you guys for joining us in the Power Baseball. We'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. start time. It's the Heroes game, charity game for the fire department and the police department, where they will take on the Power in an exhibition game. We thank you guys for joining us here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. And always, go Power.